Got him. We fucking got him.
Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Shameless FC. It's been like a month or two since we chopped up with the Shameless gang, and a fucking lot has happened over the last 2 months. So, plenty to get into, as always. It's the start of the transfer season. It's the end of the Premier League season. And as you guys already know, the season ends, but the chaos doesn't. Because transfer season is always the best part of the year on Football YouTube. Big up to everybody. Shout out to the panel. Links to everybody's channels, links to everybody's Twitters are all down in the description below. So follow, subscribe to the Mandem and all of that. And yeah, big up to everybody. Big up to everybody in the chat. It's just hella 16 out of 10s. Wow. Fucking hell. Yeah, big up to every single one of you. Should I have expected anything different? Probably not. Probably
Shout out
not.
to chat, man.
Yeah, shout out to chat. Shout out to Ryan. And yeah, speaking of, we'll start off with you. What are you saying, my guy? You all good?
Bless.
Yeah, sorry, I was just on mute.
Okay,
Yeah,
on
I'm
mute.
good, man. Huh?
No, go on, carry on. I didn't say that.
Yeah, no one laughed.
I wasn't laughing, make a joke. But go on.
Yeah, and good, man. Good. Just came back from work before. So, yeah, man. I'm looking forward to this stream, man. We ain't done it in time, bro. But the last time we had it, I was still happy, man, about my team. But yeah,
You won.
things changing it. Huh?
What? Were you?
No, he
I
wasn't.
don't
No,
even know.
it's
It was
international
around the
break.
time
It was
we were
before
still
the
in a
collapse.
title race. But like,
Yeah, that was before Atlanta. That was before
I
Crystal
think it was
Palace.
before Atalanta. Yeah, I think it was just before Atalanta. You know.
Well, to be fair, I'm surprised you're not in a good place about Liverpool, but we'll delve into all of that. Don't worry.
No,
we'll
no,
get
no.
into
I'm not
it.
like in a bad place, but like when I think about that, I was like, yo, we might actually do something special this season. Now it's like, oh my days. It's literally
Shout out Ryan anyway, my guy.
the maturity
Northside.
levels on this show, man.
Yeah, the level is
Welcome
16
to
out of 10, man.
Shameless FC, brother. It's
What do
literally
you
in the
mean?
title.
Welcome to Shameless SC. We've been doing it for 3 years, like, bro.
No, but this is a new banter era, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, God willing. God willing. It's about time Liverpool suffered the same way we've been suffering the last 2 years. Speaking of, Northside, what are you telling me, my guy? How's everything? You all good? Welcome back to the channel as well. Big up.
Nah, big up to the panel, big up to the boys. Love for having me on. I'm okay, man. I'm just here. You say you love the transfer window. I don't. I can't lie to you. I don't. A lot of promises, and it's always very underwhelming as an Arsenal fan. So yeah. But other than that, everything's blessed, man. Life's good. So yeah, can't complain.
Hear that? Big up, my guy. Big up. Flawless. What are you saying, What are you saying, bro? You all good?
Madon, yeah. Man's all blessed. Big up for having me on the channel as always. Always look forward to Shameless. Shout out the chat because the chat is always active when it comes to Shameless FC. I'm thoroughly enjoy this show. Unfortunately, I got to be here talking about Manchester United, but at least we won the FA Cup. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like that's a positive.
To leave.
Trophy winning. Yeah, man, we won the trophy, man. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? And that FA Cup winners and that. Let's go.
I said, let's go.
I'm very happy for you. Very happy for you. Last but not least, Neil. Welcome back to the Prem and everything, and also in advance, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but how are you?
Fault, bro. I'm all right now. We'll get into it later. I was a bit fucked off on Monday. I was like, what the fuck's going on? And then all of a sudden, and then I'm kind of more stable now, but we'll have to see. I just want it to be announced. Bro, this has been dragging on for fucking ages. Just Fabrizio been tweeting at every 3 hours with no new updates, pretty much. Just announce it so we can fucking move on and you can give us, and then we can start getting the next bit. But yeah, we'll get into the full details and stuff later on. But I'm all right now, just preparing for the future now because don't know what it's going to be.
Well, to be fair, it's basically already done now. Fabrizio dropped the Here We Go a few days ago. I think we're in the process of trying to sort out the compensation package for you guys and also get the rest of Maresca's training staff in. But it's basically done. I remember we've been speaking about for the last week. We went from, it's probably not happening. He's probably just a name on the list. Don't have to be too worried about it to, oh shit, we just yoinked your entire project. Again, apologies in advance because you would have been so gassed coming up to the Premier League, especially the way that you guys did it. Even with the little stumbling period at the start of the year, you still were dominant throughout the season. I don't think you dropped from top place for more than 3 or 4 weeks at the most. So it was a pretty good season for you guys. You come up to the league, you think you're going to be in a confident position where at least you just build on the structure that you've already had. And now you're just kind of right back to square one. So how's everything from a Leicester perspective?
We only don't know. Basically, it's only we don't know what the next appointment is. So the truth is, I don't know where my club's going. All we know is going to be a points deduction next season. That's anywhere from 6 to fucking 15 points. And somehow you get 8 points for 9 points for being in his administration. So I don't know what's happening there. We don't know who the manager's going to be. Everything was built on Enzo. So now that he's come out of it, we don't know what's happening. At least if we get Enzo announced, I was like, cool, we've got at least something that we can put another plan into gear because we're going to use that money to get the new manager, whoever that's going to be. There's some shocking names being linked to us. There's some good names being linked to us. But yeah, so I just want the news to be announced so that I go, cool, here's the next step. Because at the moment, we're in limbo because technically the club ain't said anything. Chelsea ain't said anything. He's technically still our manager because at the moment, they've not made no club has made an official announcement. Yes, got Fabrizio Romano, but at this moment in time, he's not been announced by the club. And that's the situation that it's in.
So it's like you're kind of hoping something falls through.
No, I just want it to happen. It's not been the club.
It's basically already done now, isn't it? You guys should already be looking at a replacement.
So then the money comes in. So then I'm like, cool, we can spend that money on the next bit. Until it's finally announced, it's not technically done.
But even then, if you're thinking from a financial perspective, we don't know whether it's 10 million up top or are we paying you 10 million in some weird installment plan or something. Like, we don't know. That's the real question. All I know with Leicester is you guys now have to look for a new manager and you could be having like, what, 2 points deductions or is it just the one?
One for the season we got relegated and then potentially one for next season. So it's a bit mad. So we'll have to see because, again, the club's being quiet. But one of the reasons why Enzo decided to leave is because the club kept it quiet from him about the financial situation. They didn't really let him into all the details. Same with Brendan Rodgers. So they've been kind of hiding behind his back a little bit. So we will see what happens. But it was just, I think it's just been a roller coaster because, again, I came on your stream, what was it? Thursday last week? Friday or something?
Thursday, I'm guessing. Thursday, because that's when the first shortlist would have dropped.
Yeah, and that's so then I was like, yeah, it's not going to happen. Looking at the other managers thinking, I think I said to you on stream, why would you not go for De Zerbi over going for Maresca? They play a similar style. He's got more experience in the Premier League. He's got European experience. That makes more sense to me. Then Monday hit, then a couple of big people from Leicester sphere came out and went, he's going. And I went, the fuck? Because that came out of nowhere. Even you were saying, Lewis, this came out of nowhere. I was like, what the fuck? And I can't lie, I had my big meltdown moment of just like it broken up with
it. Personal.
Fuck everybody. You deserve to die. All just emotional for 48 hours. And it was just like, because again, it came out of nowhere. Then after that, kind of calmed down. Right, what's the plan now? Because at the end of the day, then we're looking at some other managers. There's some some media managers being linked with us at the moment. Steve Cooper's there. David Moyes is there. And again, I think just because we're a Premier League team at the moment without a manager, them two get linked automatically. They've got a couple of Championship managers that look decent that we've played against. Carlos Corberán being one of them.
I heard that name before.
So yeah, man, we played about him twice, and he nearly smashed Maresca twice. But we got away with it for just a couple of reasons. But there's a couple of managers we're linked with, but the problem is we can't get that into gear. There's a lot of contracts. Vardy was going to sign a new contract, but that was obviously because Maresca was here. Is he going to sign that one now? I don't know. Vestergaard's been a massive part of our team, but only enjoyed playing in this system because of him. Harry Winks did the same thing. So it's whoever moves on, they've got to get the other manager in. And then he goes, right, who are we assessing? What kind of, there's no point in getting players into a team if you don't know the manager, because he goes, yeah, get a person into the team. Cool, don't fit my system. And then you're not playing him. So we need to get the manager sorted first. But in terms of that, Enzo, I don't actually, in hindsight, I don't actually hate him too much for leaving. He'll get shit from the crowd, as you can imagine. But I don't, he's going for a bigger job. Understandable. That's a massive leap, in my opinion. We'll get into some of the tactics and stuff if you want later on, and some of the good stuff, but also the bad stuff. So we'll get into that. But yeah, I don't blame him, because at the end of the day, if he comes out of that job in, say, let's say a year's time, which, let's be honest, probably most likely, the end of the year, he's getting sacked.
I don't even blame you for saying that. That's the thing. But if they do, this ownership is so dusted. They're so fucking dusted.
But in a year's time,
you give this guy a 5-year contract. You are telling me he's going to be the guy that we compete and win titles and trophies with. If I see this brother gone in the first year, we're finished. We're actually so finished.
But yeah, but I'm with you. I just change. And that's not even me being like hateful. I genuinely think he's gone this year. But in terms of how we feel about him, if he goes after the year, then he's probably going to get a job that's going to be better than Leicester. So it's kind of a win-win for him. He gets paid off, gets a new manager, and he gets that up. So I'm not too bothered, but I don't see him lasting the year. We'll get into some of the specific. I might load up the results and stuff and show you some of the things.
Yeah, go for it, bro. Only go for it. It's calm. The more information we get on him, the better.
I'm feeling good at this moment in time. I just need to know. It's just the apprehension. Get Enzo signed, and then we can get in who the next manager is. Because
I think you guys should just make sure it's someone who's a similar style of play to Enzo. None of this David Moyes crap.
Yeah,
because you're gonna have players that aren't suited to it and aren't used to it.
That's a crazy link, Moisey. That's mad.
It's just a Premier League manager. That's all it is. Yeah. Does he fit the side? No. Does it fit the formation? No. Is he available? Yes. That's it. I don't think there's been any credible links. The credible links have been, but yeah, Moyes and I'll have to get the odds up. Have I got them up? I've had them. There's a couple of other ones. We got linked with Arsenal second in command, and I was like, bro, we can't do this again.
What's his name?
I thought his name's Questa or something.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my man. What's his name? Northside, the guy who has the headphones in. What's his name?
AirPod Albert.
Yeah, that's what it is. When you said the number, I thought it was AirPod Albert.
Why are you smiling so much?
That's why when he said number 2, I thought AirPod Albert. That's exactly what I thought of.
I thought that was like a Thai slander name or something.
Nah. There's literally a guy on the Arsenal coaching staff, Northside, to be able to tell you better than me, who wears AirPods, and they call him AirPod Albert. I'm not even lying. I'm not making this up.
What?
This is real.
Yeah, bro. I just typed it.
It's real. Man, just think I'm really bants, you know. Like
that 100% sounds like a YouTuber.
I said AirPod Albert. What is he listening to? What's he listening to? Is he listening to commentary or something?
That's a great, you know what? That's a great question. What is he listening to? His favorite album? It's probably his favorite artist or something. I don't know.
Just Wenger on repeat now. Every Wenger press conference of 1998.
I thought you was linked to him. You know what I'm saying? When you said number 2, I just thought of AirPod Albert.
But anyway, that's so...
I was with the jokes. Like, nah, it's serious.
I said AA and all that.
There's one manager on that list which is like, okay. The rest of them, I'm just like, so Corberán, I'll probably get into in a second. Steve Cooper, Van Nistelrooy's on the list. I don't think he's coming. Graham Potter. Yeah, man. So he's managed in PSV and he's kind of it, but I don't think he's happening. But he's on the list. Graham Potter, David Moyes, Oscar Garcia, who's our sister club manager, just left. And then the other ones, Rob Edwards, 14-1. I don't think that's happening.
Who's your sister club, Neil?
OH Leuven, it's a Belgian club.
Okay, that's interesting.
But
I think Graham Potter makes sense for you lot. That's a sensible link. I get that. You don't like Graham Potter in regards to the football?
Yeah, I get what you mean, but in terms of what he's achieved with what he's had, it's not been that great. He had a good storm with Brighton when it took off, and then it kind of just stagnated. In the Championship, he didn't really do a lot. He played an attractive brand of football, but he didn't do a lot with Swansea. So I'm not convinced.
At Leicester,
I'm not convinced by Potter as compared to like Corberan, for example, who had zero money, he had like a couple of million to spend, and he still managed to get ahead of like Coventry in the Championship, Coventry, Hull, and a couple of other teams who had loads of money thrown at them. And he did that on a shoestring budget. And that's kind of what we need here. Just somebody to keep us up, keep us safe. And then we can think about like spending some money in the future, because at the moment we can't go and get out like some big managers at the moment. So I'm happy with Corberan. I know you guys won't know a lot about him. I only know about him because I watched the Championship last season. So yeah, I'm not as convinced. I was like, Potter's the guy. And then the more I looked into it, the more I spoke to other fans and things, I was like, And also, why would he come to, if he's got the option to go back to Brighton, why would he come to Leicester?
That's true. Yeah, if there's other options.
Yeah, because now McKenna's dropped out. Could see them potentially go back for Brighton themselves. So, yeah. Okay, maybe that's not the case. Maybe you won't be able to get Potter.
Yeah. I'm looking there. He only spent a year at Brighton. I mean, at Swansea, sorry. And then obviously he had a few more years at Brighton.
But yeah. So
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, I hope the best for you guys next season. I know the rivalry is going to get more and more intense between us because we keep stealing your managers, your players, your training staff. Brighton fucking hate us. Now Leicester fucking hate us. Who should I? Northside. What's your thoughts on Chelsea's new managerial appointment?
Welcome to Project Youth. That's what I'm saying. Welcome, bro. You know what's funny, yeah? Everything my club used to get cussed for, I see now Man United doing it, and I'm seeing Chelsea doing it. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's actually crazy. I feel like I'm not excited by the appointment. I can't lie to you. I just feel like there's pros and cons. Listen, there's pros and cons. He may become a top manager. Chances is that's quite slim. I feel like if you're getting a young manager, yeah. The problem is this, and I said this to Rance because we was talking about it as well. I said it's cool because he'll stabilize the club and he may get you guys in a level where the team is cohesive. They got a style of play. Everybody knows their job. But has he got a plan B? Because when you look at Xavi Alonso at Bayer Leverkusen, look at him in the final. He got found out and he had no answer to it. And that is what I've seen with Project Youth under Mikel Arteta. You look at the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. We're getting beat. He has no plan B. He doesn't know how to use the bench to manage the game to get us over the line. Then you look at the Champions League against Bayern Munich. You're going up against a Bayern Munich team that is nowhere near the levels of Bayern Munich back in the day. A squad that's been all over the place, a manager that knows he's leaving at the end of the season, and you're unable to get over the line. You're not reacting to the situation. You should be able to beat that Bayern Munich team when you've got a more cohesive team and you're still in contract at Arsenal. You would imagine you would be able to get over the line. And this is the problem with project managers, bro, is when it's the crunch end, like when it's knockout football and you must deliver, a lot of times they've only got one way of playing football because of their inexperience in the game. They don't know how to manage the team. They've got a decent starting 11, but they don't know how to fill the bench with players that may offer something different or counter-attack getting nullified. Like Arteta, for example, he doesn't know. I don't know what his approach is to facing low blocks or mid blocks. And that is the problem that you get with an inexperienced manager. The in-game management, sometimes making late subs, or making very like-for-like subs, or putting out the same formation. This is all things that tacticians will have about them. For example, Conte at Chelsea, we beat you, and he switched to a back three, plays Victor Moses right back. That's it, late in his 30s, and you win the league. That's a tactical change that comes from an experienced manager. Do you know what I mean? And you don't get that with a young manager. So these are the things, like, people always paint it up to be like, oh, it's going to be amazing, everyone's going to develop and this and that. Not necessarily the case that everyone's going to develop, you know, because at Arsenal, ESR hasn't developed, Reece Nelson hasn't developed. So I'm only speaking from the experiences that I've seen at Arsenal. When you look at our bench, we bought young players, Lokonga, Nuntavaj, Trusty, Runnison, Ramsdale. All these players haven't advanced. Reece Nelson, Nketiah. These are all young players that haven't advanced. So, and then they're just too one way because they haven't learned their trade. And this is the problem, bro. So if you're just going to bring him, I mean, you said he's got a 5-year deal. If you're bringing him in to bring stability to Chelsea, I, in a way, understand it, but I can see a ceiling. Because if he doesn't turn into a world-class manager, you will see that when you're trying to now get over the line and win major honors, he may not be able to get you over the line because he's too one-dimensional. Like I said, Xavi, it was like that. Whereas a younger manager like Ruben Amorim, I've seen him be more flexible tactically because I watched the Portuguese league, because he's been in management longer. He's been in management longer than the very new young managers. So there's a ceiling to it, bro. If you guys are looking for stability, 100% Arteta has brought stability to Arsenal. He has. I can't deny him that he has got us to a level of competing. But then you'll get to a stage where you'll want your club to be ruthless and say, listen, you've had 2 attempts. It looks like you're not the guy to get us over the line. Maybe we need to get a winner now. You've established a good base, but we need to get the guy to get over the line. So it depends on how your ownership are going to act upon it. Are they going to be like Arsenal, where they're going to continue giving him chances with money spent? Or they're going to say, okay, you've got us competing, and we're going to move away from you now. We're ready now to attract an Ancelotti. We're ready now to attract a Hansi Flick. We're ready now to attract this manager that can get rid of the bench that maybe we don't have any use and we've outgrown them. And you've got this love, you've got all this money, and you can go and get world-class players. And now you can get us over the line. It all depends, bro. You know what I mean? So
you don't sign on a 5-year contract if that's the case. You put him on 3 years and then buy him out after 2. After 2 years, you've been him off for the year. You don't put him on 5 if you think, yeah, this guy's going to be this guy's going to be the fall man when the next big guy comes in.
That's the crazy part. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Neil. Facts with the contract.
That's the thing. I think it's 100% for stability, but in terms of being the guy to take us to titles, like, they're just indirectly telling us that. Whether he is going to be that manager, I don't know, but I'd assume regardless what happens next season, he's going to get given a second season to try and at least, well, I expect the team should be getting back into the top 4 next season. That was the target last season. We didn't get it because the manager was poor, but the squad is capable of it. If they're telling me this manager's better for us to get top 4, then we should be getting top 4 next season. The only thing I will say is I don't think I'm necessarily going to be pushing for the manager out if we don't get 4th because of the inexperience. There's a clear gulf in class and a big step up for him. So if he can't do that, that's the director's fault. That's the owner's fault. You all chose to hire him, and the targets aren't going to change just because the manager's inexperienced. Like, I use Lampard as an example. We had a transfer ban with him. He was a championship manager who was even less proven than Maresca was. He lost the playoff final. At least Maresca won the whole thing, but he got me 4th. He even got to a cup final as well. So there's no reason for me not to believe that Maresca can't do it as things stand right now. See how he goes through the season, but the squad's capable of it, and we should be able to strengthen. Whether we end up binning him off in 3-4 years, I really can't tell you. But I expect him to be the manager that we're going for titles with. Be it in 2-3 years, I don't know. Be it in 3-4 years, I don't know. But we just need to keep progressing. I hate the word process. That's why I always say trust in progress. Progress is going to be 4th next season and a trophy. And then hopefully even further up after that. Maybe 3rd, maybe title contention for certain periods of the season. I don't know. But this is definitely going to be a move based on stability because it went from 2 years to 5 years, which is very, very fucking surprising. But It's a risky move. I don't think it's a move that's unambitious. I've definitely, I remember this from A-list as well. Hamza was asking me, is this an ambitious move? Yes or no? It's a risky move, but there's ambition in risk. That's the whole reason why you take those risks. If you're taking a risk for no reason, then you're just being stupid. You're doing it because
we hired him in the first place. That's exactly
and it worked out for you guys.
Yeah,
it worked out for you guys and changed the style of play very quickly for you lot.
Mm-hmm. So, and he changed the formation, changed players, personnel. Just a question: out of 46 games, how many games do you think we lost last season?
I think I remember. Was it 11?
I'd have said 8 or 9
games.
11 games. Okay.
11 games.
You had a really bad run at the start of the year, I think.
At the start of the 2024, it was towards the end where I was like, I think I messed up. Like, fuck me, that he got bailed out by the senior members of Leicester City in terms of the squad. When things were going bad, he didn't know how to change it. When things go well, lit manager, amazing. Everything's top of the world, developing, players getting better. Then when things went wrong, as Northside was saying, when things go wrong, does he know how to change it? Is there another way of playing? There's slight nuances, but it's not as bad as Bielsa, but it's similar to Bielsa, where plan B is do a plan A, but better. And when things went wrong, I'll see if I can bring it up, the results that happened. Overall, still, I'm not trying to say, he's definitely still a terrible manager, whatever. But we get to a point where we had result after result that we went through. And it went pretty smoothly. And then we lost to Leeds. That was kind of all not too bad. And then we lost to Middlesbrough as a little bit of a blip. Then we bounced back from it. It's like, all right, cool.
Don't worry, we all lose to Middlesbrough. It's fine.
Yeah, it was. Anyway, then after that, we went on a bit of a winning run. Then we drew. Then we was like, okay. And then all of a sudden, we went into this run of lost to Coventry, lost to Ipswich, and we won against FA Cup. And then we started just to slip. Was it more down? I can't remember when that was now. It's all turned into a blur. Lost to QPR. We lost to Middlesbrough again. We lost to Leeds 3-1.
Oh, Carrick did the double.
Yeah. Over us. Then we beat Sunderland 1-0. We just about hung on that game. I cannot stress that one of the things where they just missed the target completely. Still, that was a game we just about won. Drew to Hull. And then we lost to you guys, but that was literally a red card decided that game. Bristol City beat us 1-0 away from us. Then we went to, and then all of a sudden there was a Millwall and Plymouth game. We went from 17 points just from them results because Leeds did so well. Ipswich kept performing. That 17-point gap went to none. And that's where, at that run, even that run doesn't look too bad considering the start we had. It went wrong and he didn't really have the answers for it. At that time, Plymouth, I think, scored in the... Can I find that one out? No, it's going to be... So I think they scored in... How much if I look at the stats? Again, stats aren't everything. I get that. 70% possession. We had 4 shots on target. But we did... where was it? They scored like early on in like the 28th minute or something. And we had nothing. Absolutely nothing for them. They scored in 21st minute and we didn't have a shot on target after that. So that's like a game where he has one formation, he has one way of playing. After that, he got bailed out by the senior players. Now at Chelsea, you don't have that. As well, you've got these egos you've got to deal with. You've got a lot of these players are some of the 100
I don't think we got egos, but we got inexperience.
But you've got players that have that. I'm £100 million. You don't have that at Leicester. You don't have the fans. There were a few fans turning on him because there was a lot of older fans that are like 4-4-2, get it forward. There's just them fans everywhere.
Stamford Bridge is going to be like that with the first drop of form, bro.
Oh, is that what it is?
Forward. All that bollocks.
Yeah, get it in the mixer.
And he is properly has to play out of the back. We will lose possession, etc. So he's, Deserby's got a hot head, and so Enzo's got a hot head too. A couple of other things he said. Some of the bits are brilliant. Like when it came to the Leeds game, there was like 17 points difference, and he goes, "What about if you lose this game?" And he went, "It's a big game for Leeds. It's another game of football for us." And it just brilliant, just shit housing, which I love. But then at the same time, there was other bits where in the first 8 games of the season, we lost against Hull, and he went and said, if the fans don't like it, I'll leave. He only lost 1 game.
Saw that.
If you don't like this game,
They don't believe in my
then one
process.
day I
The
won't
next
be here.
game gone.
Yeah, and this is 8 games in, and we're like, fuck. I was like, shut up, fans. But there's a certain percentage of older fans that were just like, get it forward. Why are we playing this tiki-taka style? I don't like it. And I've got a feeling at Chelsea's going to be even more toxic than here because
Bro, that is facts. We even saw it with Sarri.
Rise to the occasion.
This fan base can't handle
Yeah.
slow possession football. We've grown up on hoofing it forward and defending and sitting deep and counter-attacking. That's how we won like 90% of our trophies in the Roman era. The one time we tried to change it, half the fan base immediately turned on Sarri. So I'm just bracing for that one. But in terms of inexperience and like him not having a plan B, that's all the more reason why we're going to have to bring experience this summer. That's why with these Sesko links, miss me with that. I don't need another striker who hasn't proven himself enough. Get me Osimhen. Get me a Bagsman. Get me a man that has helped their team win a title and was a key part of it. Not Sesko, who's balled out for the best part of 5 months, and then you're going to bring him in to compete with Jackson, who's going to wonder why they brought in Sesko. Osimhen, like, he can look at that and be like, all right, cool, he's won something. It's Chelsea. I understand that. I've got to compete with him. If he loses his spot to the fucking Sesko, like, what? I don't even believe in that brother like that. Like, yeah, there's a good idea there. He might be a baller in a year or two's time, but not now. He ain't ready for that step up now. From what Scott was telling me, he wasn't even starting for Leipzig until like the last 4 or 5 months. Jeez. And we want to try talk about him. No, forget him. Get me that Lukaku, Osimhen, player plus cash deal and get that rolling. And I know people are going to talk about the Fabrizio tweet as well, saying that there's no swap deal being arranged between Lukaku and Osimhen. Guys, read between the lines. No swap deal. Of course, there's not going to be a swap deal between Lukaku and Osimhen. Player plus cash. Wait for that. When Conte joins, you think he's not going to push for Lukaku with Osimhen wanting to leave? It writes itself. Tell Lukaku, take the train to Naples. It's an hour and a half from Rome. Don't even come back to Cobham, and it's done. Everyone's happy. But they got a number 9. We got a number 9.
Player swap deals have never happened. When's the last time that's happened? A player swap deal. It's something that the fans talk about, but in reality, it's just 2 transactions. They just happen to be from one club to another.
I get you. Yeah.
I remember Sanchez and Mkhitaryan one time.
That was players plus. That was cash plus though.
Was that
cash plus? No, because he was a free. But I don't think it was
straight
like that. I think it was separate, but it's like the way people spoke about it. Actually, it might have been a direct swap. You know what? It might have been a swap.
Do you have one? Was it when you signed Sanchez? Sanchez, it was Arsenal. Sanchez and Mkhitaryan.
Yeah, he's talking about Sanchez and Mkhitaryan. Yeah, that's what he's talking about. That's maybe the last one. Yeah. I'm trying to raise that from my memory, but yes, I think that was the last one.
But again, they don't happen.
Yeah, I think it was a direct swap.
Yeah, direct swap. That's the last one. That is the last one. Yeah, you're right.
I was going further back to like Gallas and Cole. I think even that had 5 million going the other way.
Gallas and Cole, I don't think was a straight swap, was it? Did you not put money in that deal?
I think there was like 5 million or something in that, so that might be wrong as well.
Yeah,
but even the fact that we're thinking this much shows how rare those deals are.
Yeah.
It's usually 2 separate transactions. So I would assume Lukaku goes one way, and then we get Osimhen for like a little cut price version of whatever his release clause is.
We did it with Spurs this season. Maddison went one way, Winks came the other, but it was 2 deals. There was nothing to do with swapping. It was just 2 deals from one club to the other. They could have organized it, but it's just easier, agent fees, all that kind of nonsense that I don't really give a shit about. It's not outside football, but the football politics stuff. It's just two people going each other's way.
No, first. At
least the players got a year more of Premier League experience, but I still need more areas sorted. We're looking at left backs. We're looking at centre backs. Now we need to get a goalkeeper that's good on the ball because the only one that we have is Sanchez and he fucking stinks. And we need to get a number 9. So big window for us. But I don't really know what more I can say when it comes to Maresca because I know his style of play and that's about it. I know he's limited in terms of I'm guessing in terms of his game management. Just got to hope the team beds in well with his style of play because the number one thing this team needed was structure. We only got there in match day 33, and we saw the football that we were seeing after that. He's going to come in and at least immediately put a structure into the squad, and a structure that I think will get the best out of certain players like a Palmer, like Enzo, like Caicedo. The defense will be better just because our structure will be a lot better as well. It will protect them. Us dominating possession should mean less chances conceded. I'm just worried about the game management, and I'm worried about what happens if they figure him out a little bit. But we're here now, innit?
Yeah,
I'll show you an example.
Cool.
I'll show you an example of figured us out. This was Blackburn. If you'll put that up. This was, so for example, they won the game 2-0. We had 76% possession, 6 shots. They had 2 shots on target, 2-0. 24% possession.
Nah,
2 shots on target, both went in. If you'd ever look at the game, I think this was towards the end of the season.
Yeah, wasn't that your last game, actually?
That was the last game of the season. So the players were kind of drunk and hungover. But it was the point where I went, that's going to happen to us more. If a player sits back and the team sits back, we can have all the possession and passes and XG. They won 2-0. Now, did this happen all the time? No, this happened about 6 or 7 times in the championship where teams are more likely to sit back. But
would you say you struggled most of the times when they were sitting back? Or were you able to find ways through it?
We were passing round the midfield when we weren't like... It's not like we were missing clear-cut opportunities. Sometimes the problem with Enzo ball is that you wait for the 10 out of 10 before you score. Sometimes you just need to put a ball in the box and get a 7 out of 10 header on it. And it goes
This sounds like Arteta, bro.
Are you talking about like the perfect scoring a perfect goal?
This is sounding like Arteta ball, bro. Get ready, Lewis. I'm telling you right now.
Get me Osimhen if you're gonna tell me this. Get me Osimhen. Someone with some aerial threat.
He wants to play that like false 9 that gets in the box. He wants to have that link up. And I don't know. I don't watch Osimhen that much. Is that what he does, or is he just like a big tall guy smacking on his head?
He's got decent link up play, but he's more just your bagsman, if anything. But he's got strong aerial threats, so I would rather us just try and put crosses into the box for him.
So does he just hold on to possession just for possession's sake?
Yeah.
And then tries to play that perfect ball through to go one-on-one with the goalkeeper and then drop the number 9 deep so he can link up play with the wingers and the number 10.
And
bro, Lewis, welcome, familia. Hi, Meldelge. Listen, welcome, my friend. Welcome to Living La Vida process, bro. You better get you want to be winning major honors, bro. Give it another year. It's going to be like DJ Khaled. Another one. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Chelsea fans, you've been bannering Arsenal, yeah? Welcome, bro. This is what you lot got, bro. You know what I mean? And they're going to keep backing him, giving him more money. You ain't going to get over the line. And then it's going to be, but he's the best looking baldy we know. Do you know what I'm saying? He's the best looking barled that we know. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, look at my fans, bro. Look at my fans. He got some stupid award, about the best manager in the league. How can you be the best manager?
Premier League Global Award or some shit.
It doesn't matter, bro. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter, bro. I'm telling you, Arteta and Glaziers, bro. I can be your hero, baby. I can take 20 years of pain. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have this. You better get ready.
You know what the worst part is? This football is still going to be a major improvement on the shit that we've seen last season. It's just half of the match going fans aren't going to take it because it's less chaotic.
When he gets figured out, that's the thing. Does he have the bottle to go, right, this is how we're going to change it up and do? No. I've not seen it this year. I'm not saying he will never have that, but he lives and dies by that process. They're not
I've got many sources saying that.
Lewis.
Because they both
living La Vida process.
Yeah, living La Vida process.
I hope he gets.
Because wait, they're both disciples of Pep, right? So it makes sense. It makes sense if they have similar philosophies, and Northside can see that. Hey, process, man. Living the Vida process, like you said.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean?
Trust in progress, not the process. Get me 4th in that conference.
Frozen Blue Lake, you know what I'm saying? The Frozen Blue Lake, bro. I'm telling you, this is gonna be epic. This is gonna be epic. I can't lie to you.
It's such copium, but it's gonna be better than Poch at the very least. But that better be enough to at least get me 4th and get me the conference. What happens next season after that? I don't know, because if we get that, we're going to talk about contending for titles the season after that. So you got to keep progressing. That's why I keep saying no process, progress.
Same shit.
That's what you judge it on. No. Process is a buzzword. Process is a buzzword for when you don't reach your targets and you just say, but believe.
No progress.
Progress is progressing. That's the actual truth. That's getting fourth and then contending and then winning. That's progress. Process is, we finished second for another year, but it's okay. It's okay. I believe we'll get him next year. No.
I hear that. Because progressing is actually progressing to something, whereas process, there's no goal. There's nothing. There's no objective to
Just
hit.
being
That's
happy
why,
to be there.
That's why I don't like the word process, because people use it and it rarely takes away any accountability from the team actually doing anything. We finished third. It's a process. We finished second. It's a protest. We finished sixth. It's a process. What are we whereas progress, you can actually say, all right, we are progressing to this. The progression is a trophy. The progression is top 4, top 3, top 2, whatever the case may be.
Put the pressure on, bro. Don't you see the bigger context, bro? Don't you see the bigger picture? The bigger picture is bro. It's to put the pressure on, bro. That's what it's about. You know what I mean?
That's what it was like for us this year. Finishing 6th was progress because we finished 12th last season. Like, get in the fucking bin, bruv. Get in the bin like we weren't 5 points off 4.
That's crazy, that.
Half this fan base are, it's a process. It's a process. Give Poch another year. Fuck off, man. Like, at least Maresca's inexperience. Like, when Maresca makes mistakes, I'll look at him and be like, you're not ready yet. You're still developing. I can understand that. I will still be critical of you, but I can understand that. Poch, no, you waffled. You misprofiled your way through the entire season, and you injured half of my squad in the process. Fuck you, you lying piece of shit. Maresca, no, I already know what I'm going to get. That's why my targets are there. You get me 4th, you get me a trophy, and if we don't get that, I'm looking at the directors. Because you picked him over someone like De Zerbi, who's actually been in the league for a season. 2 seasons, in fact.
That's the craziest part about the appointment, Lewis, to me, is like this is the best you lot came up with. It doesn't seem very well thought out. Maybe it was, but I'm just saying from the outside looking in, there's no way to me they was like, all right, we're gonna sack Poch. Let's go get Maresca. It seems all very much, as someone who's winged a lot of things in life, that's what it seems like with this. Who's winged 95% of shit in life. This looks like a wingman job in regards to, it was like, all right, we're going to get rid of Poch. All right, who's available? Let's go get Maresca.
Didn't start looking yet.
We didn't start looking. Like there was no thoroughly.
They waited for everything for those end of season talks, and I'm thinking like you watched that entire season, everything before that. Brilliant 5-game run and all of that crap, and you didn't think at any period, not losing the Carabao Cup final to Liverpool's children, not the Wolves games, not the Man United away game, not
Arsenal
the Everton game, not the Arsenal 5-0, and you didn't think maybe we should start looking to see what's out there.
Not being in mid-table for the vast majority of the season. Did that not ring alarm bells when you remember?
They waited until the end of the season, and then they said, "Okay, we're gonna get rid of Poch."
Didn't you draw at home to 10-man Burnley?
Yep. We also got dog-eared by Sheffield United in their own backyard, and we're lucky to escape with a draw. They've conceded, I think, the most goals in Premier League history, and they dominated us. Literally dominated us.
I forgot that you drew that game. I forgot.
We went 2-1 up, and this guy started taking our attackers off and defending. This is Sheffield United.
Well, them conceded 101 goals in the league, yo.
You know how mad I was going in the stream? Like, we're actually so washed under this guy. What? And then 5 games, and people wanted to keep him. The directors thought, let's wait till end of season talks, you pricks.
That's why it sounds crazy to me. And then you go get Maresca. I'm not saying Maresca, he seems like he's a good coach. Neil spoke highly about him. Yeah, he got promoted, but it's like he ain't even managed in the Premier League. Is there no one you could have
Speaking of Maresca game management, by the way, Maresca's game management was doggying Poch until he went down to 10 men. Let me not forget about that.
I remember that game. I do remember that game. I'm not going to lie.
From 2-0 down, they were going to get
it was FA Cup,
right? How are they going to give, though?
Yeah.
Because like we grew up, I grew up seeing Man United fans, the most impatient fans, winning league titles, winning. Anyone that talked about anything about the past, they were like, but what are you doing now? Because they kept winning now. Yeah, and look at them now. Yeah, with time and time again after failure, Moisey, all these managers that came after Fergie, they've kind of lost that. They lost that about their fan base. Do you see that with the Chelsea fan base? Do you still see there's still a lot of people with high standards, or do you think how long would they give this manager to win a title?
Here's the thing, because that's a layered question. In terms of the standards, right? This season, I learned a lot about this fan base. We are absolutely compared to where we were in the Roman era. We are absolutely scrubbed. I keep comparing it to 2020 Arsenal because everything I mocked your fan base for in 2020, we've been doing. Crap performances left, right, and center. Just believe he needs time. Injuries. He needs more time and all of this crap. While we went through shit game after shit game after shit game, left, right, and center. And then everyone seems to finally wake up when we get battered 5-0 at the Emirates. I'm thinking, okay, that game is the most humiliating match I have ever seen in my life. But maybe we had to have that game for this fan base to wake up. Nope, 5.5 game run. They all go and they show they have no backbone straight after that. Oh, he needs another season. I think he deserves another chance after this 5-game run where we didn't even look good in all 5 games and we struggled to beat Forest and we nearly dropped another 2-goal lead at home to Bournemouth. No, let's give him a little bit of time. No, our fan base's standards are absolutely scrubbed. And they've all just fallen for the Poch PR. Pochettino's legacy is turning our fan base into bitches, into the same mentality that Tottenham had. Because he has let it rub off on half of this fan base, if not even more. But with Maresca's style of play, with what it will be like if teams start to figure him out, and with what Neil's saying with the possession for possession's sake and the slow, lethargic periods of the match, they will find their standards and they will start to turn on Maresca very quickly. I'm sure of that. I'm very sure of that. And I'll be there, because I'm going to call all of them out for it. You all wanted to waffle about process and all this bollocks. You lot wanted to champion mediocrity for an entire season, and now you want to find standards with the inexperienced manager, who might even be able to bed in his structure a bit quickly. Nah, not listening. Not listening. You had an opportunity to have standards last season, and half this fan base flip-flopped. Half of them flip-flop. With Maresca, I know this brother's going to be inexperienced. I'm going to judge things based off the entire season. But I would be very surprised if I was Maresca out at any point in the campaign. I'd be very surprised. I feel like I'd be putting more blame to the directors because they picked him. In terms of where his ceiling is, I'm not going to know for another year or two. Yeah, they gave him 5 years, but that's going to be all the more reason why he's going to get more than the season. You have told everyone now that this is our long-term manager, and there's already a lot of eyes looking at Chelsea and thinking that we're a fucking mess. If Maresca is to go at any point within the next year, and we're not near the relegation zone or something ridiculous like that, washed. They all look stupid. They all look stupid. Because number one, what was the point of hiring him? What was the point of hiring Poch? What was the point of sacking Tuchel? This whole butterfly effect to where we've got to now has come off the back of your shit managerial decisions. So you got to hope this one works. You got to hope this one fucking works. Otherwise, any faith in the owners, the directors, or wherever we're going as an institution is gone. It's gone. I'm expecting Maresca to be the man for us. Because if he isn't, yeah, you're done out. You're done
Half
out.
of it was done when you ripped apart a lot of experienced players that won major honours for you, and you ripped them out of the team. That's what happened with the Invincibles. After 06, we just started ripping up all the players that we had that had experience. And then we had a new crop of players that were inexperienced, never got over the line, and a lot of them didn't have the mentality. Since you guys have ripped the soul from your club, and now I know you got new ownership, and I know it wasn't something that was necessarily planned, the longer you go without winning a trophy, the more you'll get fans that are Chelsea fans that will sound like Arsenal fans. Yeah? Am I lying, bro? Flawless. How long did it take Man United fans to lose their way, bro? Roughly, would you say? Of the elite standards.
That's a good question, you know.
Would you say Ollie?
No. It was before.
Way before
Ollie
that.
It's probably Moyes. When I say
Why is
people
it-
backing Moyes, I'd say the first time from when
Because you
people was
called him
backing
out.
Moyes.
People
I
back
said,
Moyes.
yeah, I was, yeah.
Yeah.
Those people who back Moyes. It wasn't as much. I didn't know as much about it because obviously I wasn't in this space. But people, in regards to when I'm talking about that, that's mainstream. Mainstream media pundits were like, "Oh, Moyes needed more time. Moyes this." I was Moyes out before he got the job. Moyes should have never been anywhere near the Manchester United hot seat because he had done nothing of note to get that. And it turned out that way as well. So I definitely say Moyes. And then I think every manager since then, probably Bar Van Gaal has shown that still. Mourinho was a mixed bag with Mourinho. Van Gaal also, I'd say it's a mixed bag, but Oli was like, he defined it and let it be known. Like from when we got packed by Liverpool 5-0 on the home patch and people still backed him, told me all I need to know. Never mind all the other poor results as well. So yeah, I'd say Moyes was the first eye opener and then Oli just doubled down and confirmed it. You just let me know that, especially being in this space that a lot of fans are not win at all costs. A large proportion, and I don't think it's a large proportion of the fan base overall, but I think there is a major proportion, and it will surprise people that don't want to win at all costs, that want to win, but want to win in a certain way. So, all right, we're Manchester United, so we have to win with youth players in the side. All right, what happens if the youth players are no good? Don't play them. The supporters who would rather lose with youth players in the side rather than not have them in the side. Guarantee this. There'll be people who turn down trophies in it. Oh, it's not the United way. The United way is winning. That's what we're
That can't
built.
be true.
It's crazy, man.
All right, you don't believe it. All right, but the thing is, I've had conversations with people like this. There's people been in my chat like this who've said this. If you weren't in the chat chatting shit per usual, trying to troll, you would see it too, right? You know what I'm saying? People say this all the time. I had someone say in the chat just yesterday, "Oh, we need a manager who plays the Manchester United way." What's the Manchester United way? Or 4-4-2 and get the ball in the box. Fergie didn't even play 4-4-2 for the large part, for the latter part of his career here. But people just, it's all in their mind. It's all in their heart. Oh, we play beautiful football. Manchester United did not always play beautiful football with Sir Alex Ferguson. The vast majority of the times, yes. All of the time, no. When we played Arsenal, the whole job was, hey, kick them. Be physical. You're not playing Phil Neville in central midfield to play beautiful football. Our last league title, not the last one, the one in 2011, we won 4 games away from home. That side was not good. We didn't play beautiful football. But it's about winning, but hey, each to their own.
That's the thing,
Not
though.
even
Like,
each to their own, though. If you're Manchester United and that's your standard, and I've been there because I thought that was an issue with my club where it was like, it's just more, what can you do? And I'm like, hang on, we pay. It's not. Do you know what I mean? That's what it felt like a lot of the time. It's like, how are you going to do? Bro, we pay money. You're acting like it's just a dog that pissed on the carpet. Yeah, but you're in control of this shit.
I like that analogy. But that's the thing is, people will blame, and I've seen it happen to Lewis. I've seen it happen to Northside. It's happened to me. It's happened to many other content creators where the team will have a bad result and we'll get the blame. Fans will hold us accountable like we's out there. Like I've had to look around and go, wait, was I on the pitch? Did I not?
do you know how many messages I've got already saying it's your fault that we sacked Poch?
It's your
I
fault.
don't want to hear any complaints from you next season when we get relegated and we get a 90-point deduction. The man.
It's your fault.
That's
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. You think I wield that much power to affect what is going on at Old Trafford? You are crazy.
I wish I could take credit for sacking Poch. I wish.
I want the bag if that's the case.
Yes. I wish, like, this manager's still here now. What we're getting to, these players are still here now. I have no power whatsoever. I'm just a fan giving my opinion on what I'm seeing. I have zero power or control at what goes on at Manchester United. And that's for all content creators. Yes, we can influence people, but other fans also agree with us because they see the shit that's going on. But rather than hold their favorite players or their favorite manager or the club accountable, they'll hold content creators more accountable, which is crazy.
Right.
It's because they've got that. It's because they've got that relationship there, and you feel tangible. You're reachable. Them people are too high up. They're not like that. That's all it is. So it's like, I'll just take it on you because you'll at least respond to my comments and that. Right. Let alone you respond on Twitter. Not these people that are just too far gone. You're reachable. You're in touch.
Because you always get the,
even if it's just in the chat, they'll assume you'll see it anyway.
Yeah, like you get the whole, what if the next manager don't work? We sack him. What if that manager don't work? We sack him. So we keep sacking managers. Yes, until you find the right one. Like, what are we talking about here? All of our clubs here, our 5 clubs have all had success, have all done it. All you have to do is go Google each of them, whether it's Arsenal, Liverpool, Leicester, Chelsea, or Manchester United, and type in our club and put managers list, and you'll see a whole list.
And when it does work, when it's the right manager and it's not working, sack him.
Sack him. Like, that's just what it is. Yeah, someone tried to chat to me yesterday all about, it didn't work with Sir Alex first and foremost. Yeah, 1, that was in the 80s. And number two, he was heavily criticized at the time and was almost sacked. If Manchester United didn't win that FA Cup, he would have been sacked. That was the whole conversation. And also in the Premier League era, Nora didn't mention this as well because he was there. When United went on that barren spell, I think it was like 3 years without winning the Premier League, people wanted him out there. This was the talk on the terraces. Oh, Fergie's too old. He's done. When between the Arsenal Invincible and the Chelsea repeat, that 3 year period, there was conversations about it. Like, what are we talking about? Like, you just do your research. That's all it is. No one's too big to be questioned or criticized. If you're not winning, hey, you're in trouble, or could be in trouble, I should say.
I just think it all depends on narratives to a certain point as well, because you have certain situations like a Sir Alex where it takes ages to get to it, but then you also have situations with Maurizio Sarri where in about 3-4 months everyone wants him to go, and it's only been because of a bad patch. Right. That's why I can't tell fans sometimes. It depends on entertainment. That's why they prefer Poch, because it's back and forth, entertaining games from a neutral perspective. But you're not in control. You're not in control at all. At least if we're dominating possession and we're struggling to break them down or anything, at least we have control of the game. We just need to improve in figuring out our attacking patterns. That's something that would take a bit of time.
Yeah. But even then, you have to listen to your opposition, man. Like, for example, when we were saying Ollie in, that should speak volumes. When we were saying Poch in, that should speak volumes. The fact that opposition people are saying this is the guy that we want in charge of the club, that should immediately be get rid of him right now.
I say this all the time. Yes, rival fans will troll, but pay attention to what rival fans say about your manager. Will tell you all you need to know. That's why Northside's on a weekly basis saying, yeah, trust Ineos, Project Ineos, Ten Hag in, give him 10 more years. There's a reason for that. He's an Arsenal fan saying that. Why is he saying that as an Arsenal fan looking at because he knows we are no threat with him in. Like what we talk, like pay it, but it's like people just dismiss, they just hating. Hating on what?
Bro, the hate comes with success, yeah? If your club's not being hated on, they ain't doing nothing. Because when Man United were dominant, they were hated on. Why? Because they were successful, bro. When Chelsea were hated on, and it was, you're paying £50 million to get Torres, you're ruining football, look at this money from Russia. It's because of success. If you notice, look at Newcastle. Everybody was a little bit shook when they got the money. But now that we see, you man ain't getting rid of Eddie Howe. You man ain't making majors. Keep him, man. You man are calm. No one sends for them. Why? Because you're not a threat.
I forgot about Newcastle, you know.
This is what I'm saying, bro. And it's the same thing, Arsenal fans, we've been in the mud for so long, some of them weren't around, and it's not their fault. It's not your fault when you're born. I can't hold that against you. But some of them are forgotten. When you are the best, you are hated on, and you're hated for a reason. Because they just hate your guts because you're good. Do you get what I'm saying?
You're
no one's
annoying.
Gonna hate someone that's
Fuck's
crap,
sake,
bro.
you won in the last minute. Fuck's sake, you won another trophy. You're annoying, and that's the best thing to be.
I want people to hate my club, but I want them to hate my club because we're successful, bro. That comes with the territory. Man City only got hate when they become successful, bro. Now these men are saying that Arsenal are hated because of VAR and pundits. No, that's nonsense. That's not the hate I'm talking about. I'm talking about
when you're wrong type of hate. It's only because you're fans.
Bro, everyone back in the day in the 90s hated United, bro. Why? Because they were successful. That's why, bro. You want your club to be hated. That means you're doing good. But these days, the problem is social media has made fans think about, do I put social media and making money and running the narrative and getting likes ahead of the priorities of my club? Or do I put the betterment of my club first? Because the problem is a lot of fans, they'd rather go with the narrative of Project Ineos, Project Blue Lake, so they don't get bantered online instead of calling out the BS and wanting to win, bro. So that's what they do. There's too many things now, like with social media, there's too much of this, I'm just going to be hyper positive because that will get me more traction, more views, more this, more that. And they put that ahead of the betterment of their club. And listen, maybe it's not the same for your clubs, but I see it with Arsenal, bro. If you make an Arsenal channel and you gas up everything, bro, your channel will blow. That's what they want. Last season, I had non-Arsenal fans telling me, do you know what, I'm getting triple my views just by saying Arsenal are scary, bro. Why? Because they laugh it up. And then they'll turn around to me and say, I'm doing it for views. Hold on. If it was about views, trust me, I'd be gassing up everything. But I care more about my club being successful than anything else. The problem is, though, now, there's a lot of disingenuous fans because they want to get millions of views off TikTok. They want to get millions of views off YouTube. And what's the best way? What's the quickest way to be getting views and getting traction and subs? Is, bro, just loving up everything that's going on with the club. And then on top of that, there's a lot of fans that back in the 90s, we didn't have WhatsApp. We didn't have Twitter. They don't want to get cooked on Twitter, bro. They don't want to get cooked on all these social platforms. So it's like, nah, Arteta's the guy. But deep down, they're like, rah, this guy's almost spent £1 billion. He's still not won nothing. But they'll go behind it. I don't want to get cooked. So I'll go with the narrative so I don't get cooked. And that's the problem, bro. Fans are more fans of themselves and their own benefit. Yeah, I'd love to be full-time. I've never hit that. But I'm not going to do that.
I soon come.
The narrative.
You can't compromise your values, though. You can't compromise your values. I think that's what Northside's saying. You have to be true to your values, because if you're not that as a content creator, you fall off. It doesn't work. You have to be true to them values, regardless of, you can't put money first, because as soon as that money taken away and gone.
Yeah, because people gonna see through that. That's what the thing is. People will see, yes, it will be a short-term win and it's short-term gain if you genuinely just looking to make views get views, and make money, but you don't want what's best for the club. Then people will see through that and go, "Hey, you ain't a true supporter of the club." I'm Manchester United through and through. That's why I'm so super critical of Manchester United and everything that goes along with it. When you love something and you genuinely want what's best for it, that's when you are super critical. If you don't want what's best for something, you don't care about it. I'm just leave them to their devices. That's why I'd love to sit here and praise everything Manchester United do. But guess what? Look at the success we've had, or lack of success we've had in general in the past 11 years. There's a reason for that, because things have not been right. So the quality has not been there from top to bottom, literally from the hierarchy to the managers to the players and everywhere else. Hopefully Ineos change that. We'll see. But yeah, people, and you mentioned it there. People like validation.
Flawlessly, how do they judge their life? If you have a kid, if you got a sister or brother and they're on that spice, do you say, you know what, I can't call them out that they're on the spice and they're wasting their life away and they're not having I can't call them out. Yeah, even though that's my loved one, I can't say anything because it's toxic and negative. No, you're not, bro. You're going to be,
if you do that to your kid, you're a bad kid. You're a bad parent. If you say, just let me eat all the ice cream and pizza and watch all this kind of stuff every day, what are you going to do? No, bruv, you've got to take control of that situation. Doesn't mean you're evil at them, but it means you'll go, look, I have standards. Bro, you're not at that.
Sometimes tell people they don't want to hear.
Bro, if we all go to work, and we don't perform, we're probably going to lose our job within the next couple of weeks, If your manager goes to you and you're not hitting your targets, so you're not doing this, you're not doing that, does anyone call that toxic and negative? No. When your parents are saying, if you're foreign like me, and I was born in England, but my mum came away from Portugal. She come and say, I've made this sacrifice, you to be born in England, to have all these, and now you're not doing anything with your life. When she's calling me out, is that toxic and negative? When you go to a restaurant, let's say you go Gauchos, and you ask for medium rare, and it comes well done. If you say, why? I asked for medium rare, and it's come well done.
Trust the process.
Bro, is it toxic and negative of you to say, my food ain't cooked properly?
Yeah,
no, it's not. So why is it only in football, bro? If you order a pair of Jordans and they don't come, they're called Bordens or something, and they come some B-Tech thing from China or something. Is it toxic and negative of you to say, I ordered something and it's not come and I've paid my money? Is it negative? So why is it only in football, where we can pay money, whether you're paying Sky, ESPN, buying flipping kits for your family, watching the football, going to matches, where we spend money, but we're not allowed to criticize? Make that make sense to me.
Yeah.
It's emotions. That's the thing.
Again,
football fans are so embedded in emotions that they won't listen to things from a logical perspective when it comes to certain situations. They'll just talk about how they feel. They talk about intangibles and all of that bollocks. It's like, no, fuck off. I can see what's in front of me. That's it. Just look with your eyes, and your eyes won't lie to you. It's as simple as that. But for some people, they just don't concentrate enough. So they listen to everything based off narratives. They listen to shit that pundits or other journalists will tell them, and they follow whatever narrative suits whatever they want to believe in, be it whether it comes on to individual players or managers or the direction of a club that's going of wherever your club's going. There's always going to be a narrative that suits what you want to believe in. They're just going to follow that. That's it. And it's about breaking down.
Lewis, more accountable. Last thing I'm going to say before I shut up, if you're late to a stream, what do you get, Lewis? It was 8 o'clock. Why is he not starting the stream? Why is he not running the stream? That's holding you accountable. Okay, cool. If you're holding Lewis accountable for being late to a stream, I'm not saying everyone's saying it. I'm just saying in general as content creators. As soon as we go 1 minute past, and we're late, Where are you? This is a joke. When's this live gonna, bro? Why can't we have that same energy for our club then? You're having that energy for a streamer.
Your words
You
won't
can't
put up with that.
And exactly, and they
Don't
not
just
even.
work up 5 minutes late and just be like, trust the
Facts.
process. Bro, what are you doing? Go to the office.
And the thing is, in comparison to the way our clubs are being run, they're much more than 5 minutes late. These men ain't turning up at all. You know what I'm saying? And calling in on sick days and all these things of this nature. And with that, with people complaining about us being late, who goes to their job and starts straight away? Cut the shit. You lot don't do that in the chat. No one starts at 9 a.m. and starts work at 9 a.m. You might be there at 9 a.m., but no way are you starting at 9 a.m. I've worked many jobs. I've been there at 9 a.m. Yes. I haven't started till 9:15, 9:20 at times. Cut the shit. You know what I'm saying? No one goes to work.
Make a coffee, say hi to everyone.
Go, man. Give me a second. I got to reply to all my WhatsApps.
Yeah, facts. No one does.
Nobody
does. Saying hello. Well, I don't say hello to her. I ain't trying to chat to no one in the morning. But yeah, man, like go make myself a drink. Go get ready. Go mentally prepare for what I have to do today. I already don't want to be here. So let me try to leak out some of this time. What are we doing here? What's going on?
Fucking mad, bro. Shout out to AK saying, big up Neil. I miss Vardy. I'm glad he's back in the Prem. About time. He hasn't retired yet, has he?
So he hasn't retired. It's in his last year of his contract. I still think he'll sign another year extension. However, that was on the fact that Enzo was going to be here. So again, that contract's up in the air until we get a new manager in. So if we could, I don't think it's likely. The next manager that we get in might go, do you know what? I don't want Vardy. I don't think it will happen, but you've got to get the manager in for him to decide that. But yeah, I think he's signing for another year, and he'll be 38, 39. So, but he's still going, man. Still got 20 goals last season. Still, and that was towards the end of the season when we really needed it.
Gee, shout out Vardy. Big up to Anthony LaFleur saying Arne Slot is a 16 out of 10 appointment for Liverpool. And also says Osimhen can be a 16 out of 10 signing for Chelsea. I do agree on that one. Shout out Anthony. And shout out to Blaze saying that pre-season friendly versus Madrid in isolation is going to tell us a lot about what to expect from Chelsea. If Mbappe and Co have their way with us, then it's long season. We've got Real Madrid. Oh, geez. What a watch along. We will be there. Real Madrid versus Chelsea. Love to see it, man. The Eden Hazard derby. Let's go. Let's go. Moving on from Chelsea, though, I think we'll delve into Arsenal quickly because Arteta, a new contract for Mikel Arteta is in proposal over the last few days. How are you feeling about this Northside? Because I'm not really that surprised about this. He's got a year left on his contract. They're still believing in the process and everything. He's kind of in a position where he's going to want to get the backing from the club, which is going to be a reason why he gets a new contract. How are you feeling about this?
Rewarding failure. That's what it is. Rewarding failure. What is he done to deserve a new contract? What has he done? Being a nearly man. There's plenty of nearly men. Brendan Rodgers was a nearly man. Ole was a nearly man. He finished second one season. You know what I'm saying? There's bare nearly men, bro. Like there's an abundance of them. There's not many winners, but there were winners that were available. Like, I want him out. Yeah. And the thing is, yeah, these men, like, bro, that awards that he got for me was PR. I saw it all over Arsenal's website, and I was like, they're gonna use that to justify his new contract, bro. That's what it was. And at the end of the day, this manager ain't good enough. And this fan base, you know, some of them are telling me, oh, well, he's got a new contract. What are you going to do? Hold that, hold that, hold that. If you support Arsenal Football Club, you're telling me hold that. You support this club as well. How long have we not won a major honor, bro? Do you know what I'm saying? So listen, none are telling me hold that. Are you more a supporter of this club or a hater of me? You should be more a supporter of this football club. Thanks. And at the end of the day, this football club hasn't done what needs to be done. That's why you man want to talk about VAR, pundits, referees, injuries, Pep, and all this other stuff that ain't got nothing to do with it. Do your job. It's unacceptable, man. This guy is not good enough. And it's not just about signings. I've touched on it at the start of the show. This manager is not good enough to get us over the line. He's a coach, not a tactician. We need a world-class tactician now to get over the line. Do you know what I mean? If man want to cry about money, cool. We can't change the fact that Man City got money. Can't change it. Go get a manager that's able to compete against a manager that's got more money. That's it. it's a perfect time right now at Arsenal to transition to a new world-class manager. We got a bench that you can sell to roughly make up 200 mil with all the players that need to go, and there's loads of them that need to go. Add that to the transfer budget, you got about 300 mil roughly. Give a new manager that money, get me the world-class players, and get over the line. Why are we getting him a new contract, Lewis? It makes no sense, bro. Based on what? Because he might come good. Bro,
I think it's genuinely just because he's got a year left. I think that's the only reason for it.
I don't care, bro.
Let it run out.
Exactly.
You're preaching to the choir on that one. I just think that's the only reason why these negotiations have even started.
Bro, this fan base here, and let me just say something about my fan base here. These filhos da puta love to run up their mouth. Don't think I forgot. You maricas da merda that were gassing up this manager and gassing up manager. Bro, we missed out on Ancelotti. We missed out on Klopp. They could have come to Arsenal. Yeah, and don't tell me, it's not realistic. Yeah, nobody thought it was realistic for Everton to be able to get Ancelotti. And you man told me he was washed. Yeah, and I told you when he goes to a club that's built to win, he will win. And look now, look what he's doing. Like, I'm sick of it, man. These men always dismiss all these like proper winners, yeah, and say, oh no, Arteta's gonna be the guy to get us through. Bro, I'm done with it, bro. I'm done with the process. Thank you for getting us to a level where we can compete again. Goodbye. Last thing I'm going to say before I shut up on this, yeah? What is the difference between Arsenal now and Arsenal under the last 10 years of Wenger? Because under Wenger, we at least were winning FA Cups. We deemed it not good enough, and we got Champions League. We were always getting kicked out in the semis, more times getting kicked out of the Champions League in the quarterfinals. Now, 6 years on, it's acceptable to throw away the FA Cup, throw away the Carabao Cup, yeah, and get in the top four, and that's it. Why did we move away from Wenger then? I thought we moved away from Wenger because we wanted a manager that can get us over the line. And let's not forget, Wenger was doing that after selling Nasri every year, selling Fabregas, selling Haleb, Rosicky, Alex Song, Adebayor, Van Persie. This manager ain't selling his best players. This manager ain't got a stadium to pay off. And yet you can't get us over the line. And this is what I'm telling you about Project Youth, bro. We had Project Youth under Wenger in the last 10 years of his reign. Yeah, these men will continue to find excuses. The first year of the last 10 years of Wenger, we have a stadium to pay off. Then it was Man City are taking our best players. Then it was Chelsea got money, we can't compete. Then it was Man City got money, we can't compete. Then it was, now we have to compete with FFP. Okay, but Liverpool done it with FFP. Klopp won 2 major honours, spending less money than this manager. These men will always look for an excuse. And when I give them a solution, I'll take Inzaghi. You rate Inzaghi. He ain't good enough. Really, he ain't good enough. So a manager that's won a title ain't good enough. But this manager that's built one phase to win the title ain't good enough. I want Conte. But he ruins the team. Okay. But at the end of the day, he produces. He's a manager that's gone up against Pep and won without having to spend 700 million. Oh, no, but he leaves us in a mess. How do you know after this process is finished, we're not left in a mess? How do you know that? Because one thing that's been consistent with Arsenal is for the last 20 years, we don't win major honours, our best players leave. So how do you know that Saka won't have enough? How do you know that Saliba won't have enough? It's ridiculous. Then I'll say, Ancelotti, he's washed. Whoever I say, they got a response. Hansi Flick.
Who's been saying Ancelotti's washed? Huh?
That was the conversation. I remember that after when he was at Everton, because I went to United when he was at Everton, and people were saying, he's washed. That's why he's at Everton. He can't do it no more. And all this. Yeah, it's crazy. But then we're back at that hotel.
This is the thing, because like if there's one club that I think is in a position where they could just get one of those winning managers like your Contes, your Tuchels, your Mourinhos, just someone to push them over the. Yeah, it's Arsenal.
It's literally Arsenal.
Because like, if you ask me what Arsenal have right now that they didn't necessarily have in the Wenger era, I'd say a really solid defense, if anything. And you could get one of those managers that just hones in on that. You might be boring as hell to watch, but you'll win. You'll win and you'll keep winning. I think Arteta's biggest issue isn't even just necessarily like the bottling in terms of the end of seasons for you guys. It's just the plain disrespect of the cups. You man throw away the Carabao every year. You throw away the FA Cup every year. You never took the Europa League seriously when you were in there. And now it's 4 years trophyless just like that. But I still see Arsenal fans turning their noses up at a Carabao. Like, huh? Respectfully, who do you lot think you are? You lot should be trying to win anything, because when you're talking about who's got the most trophies and everything, you're counting Carabaos, you're counting FA Cups, you are not counting Community Shields. So for Arteta to be ignoring competitions like that year in and year out, he's dug himself into a hole, in my opinion, where he can be criticised for winning fuck all, because you put your team in that position. It's not much to ask for you to win the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup, even get into a final for one of them.
All about it.
But you don't. You get knocked out 5th round, 6th round every single time. 3rd round the FA Cup this year, 5th round of the Carabao Cup. So, like, actually hear it. Even though the only argument for him to have a contract is that he's got a year left, and that's why they're negotiating it, I get why you don't want him to have one. Because this guy has shown a habit of throwing away trophies and then just acting like everything's okay when you go trophyless just because you didn't get the big one. How about you just get something? Next season, you lot have to win a trophy. I don't care what it is, be a Carabao FA Cup, you still should be going for a major trophy, but you have to leave with something. Can't be 5 years trophyless. And then if it's 5-year trophyless with him having a new contract, then it looks even crazier. And, like, to be honest, the more I talk about it, the more I understand you being so against this. Because what the hell?
I get it. I understand. And then people will criticize Northside for being critical of the move. That's the maddest part, when he lays down all the issues and why he should not get a new deal. And just look at what's happened. Arsenal should have won these last 2 league titles. How much more do you need? What was it on top of the table this 2 seasons ago for 93, 94% of the time? This season, however, it wasn't that length of time, but still spent a significant amount of time on top of the table. All they had to do is, if they would have beat Fulham home and away, beat West Ham, they win the league. That, to me, is not too much to ask. Bear in mind what Arteta has done is a great job. He has solidified, he has vastly improved Arsenal, has solidified them as one of the better teams in the Premier League, also solidified them as one of the better teams in Europe. But now you need that next guy to take you over the top. And it is not Arteta, because on all evidence shows it's not him. Because even if he wins the league, I don't think he'll get 2 better opportunities than the 2 opportunities just gone. You're not going to go up against the City side of that level. Yes, City are great, but they're not City. They're not previous City sides. I know Ryan and other Liverpool fans are kicking themselves. This is the point. I know Ryan and Liverpool fans are kicking themselves that they didn't play this level of City. They are kicking themselves that they didn't play. Points. Yeah, if they would have played this level of City, imagine what they would have won in that period. And you have to take it, and that's what I always say about opposition. You have to take advantage when your rivals are not at it. And City ain't been at it. Yes, like I said, great side, but weak compared to the level that they've been at. So keeping Arteta is crazy.
And they spent half the season doing that Havertz at midfield experiment. Then they start cooking, and then they go to the Villa game and they think, I'm going to do it again.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to do it again. Title gone.
You revived Havertz, man, and he was off a poor season. Come get Rashford, man. You know what I'm saying? Arteta's got a plan for him. Revive Marcus. You know what I'm saying? Marcus on one side, Bakayo on the other. I can see it happening. 2 English players.
Is there any depth to those Rashford links, or is it just your Arsenal fans thinking they can save another winger?
I think it's just rumors. I don't know where. Like, it's just rumors, but I've not heard any reliable source say or credible. I'm all for it though. Hey, if they want to come get Rashford, come get Rashford.
Take them wages off, because bruv.
Come get Rashford, man.
What was it 370k a week he's on?
However much it is too much. So yeah, man.
I will say, if there's one club dumb enough to try and rise up,
stay with Havertz. Yeah, they're up to his wages.
Havertz off a poor season, so why can't you do the same? And Rashford's a much better player than Havertz. What are we doing out here? He's had much more success than Havertz in the Premier League and in Europe. Actually, not in Europe because he won the champs, but definitely in the Premier League.
This is what I'm saying. Look at how rivals talk about us, and people wonder why I'm angry, bro. Like, I have valid reason to be angry, bro.
Facts.
I had valid reason. 20 years, bro. I've seen Chelsea come up. Yeah, in my lifetime, I've seen Chelsea come up. Win 2 Champions Leagues, 2 Europa Leagues, dominate, you know what I mean? Win multiple Premier Leagues. I've seen Man United fans win 2 Champions Leagues. I've seen Liverpool at their worst win a Champions League. I've seen Chelsea at their worst win a Europa League, embarrass us at Baku. I've seen Man United at their worst win a Europa League, bro. And that's not embarrassing. I was praying for Liverpool. I was a Liverpool supporter, yeah, when they played Tottenham in the final. I shouldn't have to be put in that position, bro. I shouldn't have to be put in that position. I was celebrating with them in Watford, bro. I was celebrating. They thought I was a Liverpool fan. I was like, thank you. Forever, I love Liverpool, bro. Just because of that. Do you know what I mean? It's embarrassing. Like how these fans here, they don't realize when you lower the standards here, everybody around you may not lower the standards to what you lower. And it's annoying seeing my rivals winning trophies we ain't won. Winning in Europe. Olympiacos just won something in Europe. When have we won something? And people say, oh, we're in the Champions League. We had 3 years in the Europa League with this manager.
Conference League next year.
You're telling me we can't get over the line and win a Europa League. It's
I'll give you
embarrassing,
something,
bro.
I'll give you one of them that. When we were last year, when I went down to the Arsenal ground, people said, you're shit. I said, Premier League champions more recent than you. They had no comeback. No comeback.
Premier League champions more recent than you.
Yeah, in their face because they came up to us, and they went, oh, you can't say that. I went, bruv, you started it. You come to me like that. I'm starting coming back to you because
that's fire charge.
You have no comeback.
Big up Sheik every single time.
Shout out Sheik, say big up the panel, big up. That chart is ridiculous.
Well, Premier League champions more
recent than you.
That's fire.
That is sick.
That is fire, yo. I can't lie. That is a fire comeback. Without doubt.
Yeah, we wheeling that up at the Emirates next season, that's for sure. You and me both.
Right. It's only right, man. That's what you're supposed to do. I was saying, crash it on them without doubt.
This is what man say, stop drinking Maggie, bro. I got to numb the pain, bro. What's man talking to me about don't drink Maggie? And I got the Maggie Copium one, and I got this strawberry and mint candy vape, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because this is all I got. This is all I got. Man, taking
you also have us as well, Northside. We're here to help.
Nah, I ain't got you, your pig.
What do you mean, man? We're here with veterans, man. How dare you say that? I'm here to help, man. I'm here to help, man. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely here to help. That's what it is.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm even doing girl talk. The other day, 2 days ago, I did the girl talk, bro.
I seen you with the DM. The DMs thing. Yeah, about DMs.
We got to mix it up. You know what I'm saying? Got to be versatile.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Unlike Arteta.
Hey, facts. Unlike Arteta, yes.
Plan B's, plan C's.
Yes. That's why I do NBA playoffs and stuff like that. Gaming. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do stuff
We're there soon, Lewis. Don't worry.
It's embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing. This fan base has spent this whole
League champions
saying that Tottenham don't win anything. What do we win, bro? What do we win? And then now Arsenal fans, who's had a better season, Man United or Arsenal? But they won the FA Cup. But you gave this filo da puta, this flipping B-Tech Joey, Spanish Joey from Friends, a career off of the back of the FA Cup. So why are you now trying to dismiss it?
Yeah, you know what?
It doesn't make any sense, bro.
Yeah, that's valid point still.
And also, I'm telling you, they had the best season in 2020.
But now all of a sudden, Wenger got top 4 and FA Cup. You man kept him at the club for 10 years. Yeah, you kept Arteta. We should trust him because he won the FA Cup and finished 8th. But now when it's Man United, nah, but second is better. Really? Second is better.
Second is first loser if you don't win a trophy.
Facts. It's about winning trophies.
Only one team gets a medal in the championship.
Runners-up medal, they don't count.
Can't
brag about a runners-up medal.
Yeah, half the players take them off as soon as they get them.
Yeah.
Mourinho dashes them at the crowd.
Well, when you embarrassed us at Baku, I had a friend, he's a Chelsea fan, he's my boy. I'm not gonna lie, my mum's life, I wanted to box him, bro. I saw I wanted to punch him. I was at the pub, I was so angry. He's my boy, I didn't, but I was so angry with the performance, bro. They're like, where you going? I picked up my keys. I didn't even say bye to the man. I just cut, bro. I said, no one chat to me, bro. I blocked everyone I left the group. I left the WhatsApp group. I didn't even want to talk, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Besides me, do you feel that level of hurt when you're getting embarrassed in Baku to Chelsea, bro? Like, not in a disrespectful way, but, bro, we should be up for it, bro. Man, think I forgot that. Come on.
I hear it, bro. It's the same vibe I had after the 5-0. I put my phone on mute, I put a bally on and just walked out the Emirates and went home. I was like, fuck this. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm just going live. I can't be bothered. You don't want to chat to anyone with something like that. The only difference is you had that in a European final. Fuck. God forbid. God forbid I ever get battered by my rivals in a European final. That would hurt for decades, bruv. Big up to Terence saying footy is dead, so Gal talk instead. Shout out to Rants. Just quickly on Arsenal as well. I've seen Sesko has said yes to Arsenal, apparently. There's a 45 million deal being readied for the Slovenian international. Is he really meant to be the final piece in the puzzle for you guys? Because we're linked with him as well, and I'm not that keen I don't think he's ready for that step up yet. Brother's only been playing regular football for Leipzig for like 5 months. What's the point? You guys were looking at Isak, Gyökeres, who's at least won a title now. Sesko, like, nah. But what are you saying, bro?
I want to ask you lot before I say my piece. I want to ask you lot a question. What's the last Arsenal striker that you man rated?
Aubameyang?
Yeah, but he
actually,
went through a patch. You didn't rate him for. He was like, oh,
No,
shit,
but
we're coming up
Aubameyang
again.
for a couple of years was good.
Yeah,
though,
Aubameyang was
let's
one of them,
be
as much as like we ran jokes and ran bands. Yeah, I'd say Aubameyang. That's fair. Yeah.
Why
Bob
did
was
you
the
rate
top I
Aubameyang?
slandered, but I couldn't rate. I had to rate him.
Goal scorer, you know, he scored
Why
goals.
did you man think that he was the last good or decent Arsenal striker?
Because he's the one
Consistent
striker you
score.
look at guaranteed goals, and he could hurt you in the game as well. It's like I
Yeah.
know when United play in
Cold
Arsenal that
finisher, cold finisher.
Aubameyang could hurt us, and he helps Arsenal in regards to winning.
He
matches.
stepped
I'll
up
take
for
Aubameyang.
When
Arsenal in those
everything's
FA Cup
against
games
you,
as well.
he's the guy that just pops up with the goal, and that's the sign of like a
Big up
good
Cam.
one. Big up Cam. But that's the sign of a great striker. They come up and then they just go, right, I get a goal out of nothing, out of something. They get a goal, and that's the sign of a good team, regardless of what's happening on the pitch.
Exactly my point. The last striker that Arsenal fans and rival fans said that Arsenal had a decent striker was Aubameyang due to the goals, bro. He was getting 20 odd goals, getting golden boot with Harry Kane. That is my point.
And he was proven before the transfer. I'll say that as well.
Exactly. So why do we go and get a striker that come out in international duty like Jesus that can only score 14 goals? This season, they're realizing why I criticized him. Oh, he's not good enough. Then we get Kai Havertz scoring 13 goals, 14 goals in a league season, but now it's good enough. We got rid of Lacazette now scoring 14 goals in a league season, not good enough. And now we're looking at another striker that only scored in the Bundesliga 14 goals, and he looks like the player that we want to go for. It makes no sense. We look at Nketiah and want to get rid of Nketiah. Why? Because of lack of goals. The same with Lacazette. The last one that scored more than 14 goals, which was Giroud, he scored 2 seasons. He scored 16 goals in 2 campaigns. We deemed that not good enough. Why now is Havertz scoring 14 goals, Jesus scoring 14 goals, Nketiah scoring less than 14 goals, and now Sesko that scored 14 goals deemed good enough? This is what I don't understand about this fan base, bro. It's one rule for one player and another rule for another. Oh, like I said, you don't score enough goals, not good enough.
Happy
Nketiah,
birthday,
not good enough. But when it's Sesko, when it's Havertz, when it's Jesus, oh, we'll accept you only scoring 14. Bro, it makes no sense. You can't move the goalpost. We judge strikers based on output, bro. That's it. That is what your job is. You have one job. That is what it is, bro. So why are we going for another striker that can't bang 20 plus goals, bro? When during the season, going into January, a lot of people wanted to sell a lot of the bench to go get a proven striker, bro. It just makes no. This is why I'm sick and tired of this club, and I'm sick and tired of this fan base. When it's the strikers they don't like, oh, goals matter. You don't score enough. When it's the striker they want to justify, like Havertz, and now this Sesko guy, oh no, but he can develop. Look at what he does off the ball. You man said this about Jesus, and now you want him gone. Do you know why? He don't score enough goals. And I told you this when we got him. He don't score enough goals. It's jarring, bro. These men move the goalposts all the time. I'm just jarring, bro. I'm telling you, bro. And then, bro, whatever, man. I'm done with this stuff.
Fucking hell, bro. I hear it. I don't want Sesko either. I want Osimhen. I'm just hoping Conte can do me a little solid. Take Lukaku the other way, make the deal piss easy. Because if not, then we're probably getting fucking Sesko ourselves, and I can't be bothered for that.
Yeah, but you're Project Youth.
Yeah, but then if that's the case, just leave it to fucking Jackson. Like, if anything, Osimhen's still under 25 as well. And he's at least helped Napoli win a league as a key player. And also, you send Lukaku the other way, 2 birds, 1 stone. I don't have to deal with that hippo's wages anymore. He's out of my club's books. And we get Osimhen. Done. Done, finished, done. Like, it just makes too much sense not to do at this point. Why waste that with Sesko? What, you think Lukaku's going Leipzig? Yeah, no chance. No chance. I couldn't see that. I can't see them affording his wages either. At least with him staying with Conte and being at Napoli, staying in Italy, maybe you could lower it a little bit more. Just give him some fat sign-on bonus. I don't know. It's the easiest deal you could do, though. Shout out to Fata saying seeking validation, avoid expectation.
Monsters all the
Arsenal
time.
fans
True.
want some validation.
Yeah, talk
Seeking
about Arsenal
validation,
fans.
avoiding expectation. Oh yeah, I hear
Yeah.
you. I hear you.
I
Yeah,
hear
shout out Fata. Shout out Fata. Flawless. You're in limbo right now.
Yay. Yay.
At least you won the FA Cup.
That is
you
a
got the
positive. Yes.
ending.
That is, yes. Great. Best ending to a horrible season. So, yeah, over the moon, we won the FA Cup. I stated that. Win the FA Cup. I was asked before the FA Cup game, if Ten Hag wins, would it change your mind? No. I knew it would change the mind of many if we did win, because people get lost in the fairy tale and get lost in their emotions of us playing well in that game, because we did. And I can look at, here's the thing is, I can look at the game in isolation. Just because I'm not a fan of a manager or don't rate a manager or I don't rate a player doesn't mean I can't give credit where credit's due when the manager performs well in a certain game or players perform well in a certain game. In regards to the FA Cup, Ten Hag, spot on, zero complaints with the lineup. Lineup was spot on, tactics was spot on, substitutions were spot on. Again, and then not only did he set out the players in a way to succeed, the players also did that. Our quality players stood up, as I expected, in particular Varane and Martinez. They were both quality. Mano is just Mano, who was sheer class. And then you know what the rest of them did? Applied themselves. Put in effort, work rate. Rashford and Garnacho, even though they're limited, went out there and ran laps. That's where the goal came from. Garnacho just makes a run. Simple as that. You put Amrabat next to Mano, and Amrabat's been fit and available all season. And, you put a defensive midfielder in the defensive midfield role, and all of a sudden we look more balanced as a team. All of a sudden we look more like a solid unit from a defensive standpoint. Both fullbacks were dogged, even though Dalot's been decent all season. Onana, outside of the Doku goal, I thought performed well. I thought made some crucial saves, and the distribution was decent. And full credit to the FA Cup win. Love that, because I'm all about winning trophies. But it's not just about winning trophies. People are like, you said you want trophies at Manchester United. Yes, trophies and, you know what I'm saying? Trophies does not dismiss the season we've had. Trophies doesn't dismiss finishing 8th. Trophies does not dismiss finishing the league season with a minus goal difference. Trophies doesn't dismiss having the worst Champions League campaign in British history. British, not English. British. So that includes Celtic, that includes Rangers, that includes any Welsh teams who have made might have made the Champions League group stages. That includes any Northern Irish teams who might have made the Champions League group stages at any point or played in Europe at some point. Those things are inexcusable. That's why I'm not hearing about
stinky.
Exactly. It's horrible. That don't exclude and dismiss all the records that he broke. You was there, Lewis, when I read out that list and back again. That was so long that you went to get a drink and came back, and I was still reading the list out. That's how long that list was of records that he broke. That both
and I left like 10 minutes into it.
You left 10 minutes into it, and I was still going. And you sat down and drank your drink that you just went and made. What are we talking about here? All those, and that was only, that tweet, I believe, was in March. The actual tweet. So imagine what he's broke with the rest of March, April, and some of May as well. So yeah, it's still time to go. That don't change it. People want to use injuries excuse rubbish. That's why you have a big squad.
Injuries.
Yeah, injuries, absolutely. The only players who were out for any significant amount of time who are actually key to what we do is Martinez. I hear that. If you're still relying on Luke Shaw in 2024, that's your own fault. That's your own poor preparation. That's your own stupidity. That is your own foolishness, because he's been here 10 years and there's been injury prone the entire time he's been here. So that's why I'm not hearing that in regards to it. You signed Mount, people are like, Mount was missing. Mount was injured also at Chelsea, and he's just not very good. He's a bang average player. And I'll state this again. When we was linked with Mount, you had Chelsea fans on social media putting him in Manchester United kits. I have never, ever seen that, where a player has been moving. I've never, ever seen that, where a player has been moving from one big six club to another big six club, and the selling club, the fans of the selling club are photoshopping him into the opposition's kit, and it was multiple edits like I've spoke about. Horrible. So that's why I'm not hearing injuries. This is his team.
What we were saying earlier.
It's
what we were saying earlier. Listen to what the opposition is saying.
Yes. And I watched it because I now content create, and I'm watching Chelsea, and I'm watching Arsenal, and I'm watching Liverpool. I'm watching so much more. I watch Mount, and I watch Mount at his best when Chelsea was with Tuchel and he went on their Champions League run. And I watched him at his worst. And even at his best, he was just good. It was nothing special. It was never, oh my God, go get me Mount. But because the club decided to, it was like, yeah, go and get him. No. And the manager spent big money. You spent north of 300 million. That's why I'm not hearing about 2 or 3 injuries. And yes, there should be a drop-off if your first teamers are not there. But there wasn't a drop-off. We kept falling and still falling. We got kicked down a never-ending flight of stairs and just kept tumbling. Just kept tumbling from the start of the season right to the end. When you look at our performances, when you look at our results, you can count Manchester United's good performances in the season on one hand, legit. You can't. Never mind the daft results that we got and all the foolishness that this manager did and falling out with players and who actually excelled, who did well. None of his signings hit. None of the signings you could say, oh, they had a good
Just
season.
Lissandro.
Yeah, but Lissandro was the. I'm talking about this summer just gone.
Oh, this summer, yeah, nobody.
This summer, nobody. How you spend all that money?
And
And
there's
nobody.
a lot of money spent.
So yeah, and in regards to, I've said
It's
this
another
about
reason why you don't give managers the massive say-so over transfers.
you don't give them. They should have a say, but it should be a part of a group.
Yeah,
They should have input. But then again, everybody there should already be on the same wavelength from the jump. That's why I've said about Ineos. Forget about bringing in a manager and then playing a set style. No. You pick the style. Ineos, everyone in the Manchester United hierarchy says, okay, this is the way we play football. Then you go get a manager who co-signs that and plays that way. Because then that way you're on the same wavelength from the jump in terms of profiles, and it makes recruitment much easier. Yes, you could still get it wrong, but it makes it much easier. Because the reason why Manchester United is such a mess is because we've had managers come in and dictate to us how we're going to play. Too many times the employee is telling the employer how to run. That don't happen anywhere else. You can't go into your job and start telling your boss or telling the owner of the company how things are going to run. Not in the slightest. But at Manchester United, we get a manager and it's, oh, I'm doing this. So Ten Hag wants to play his way and he's bringing in his players. Oli did the same thing. Mourinho did the same thing. Van Gaal did the same thing. And that's why we still got players from all 4 of their reigns. All 4 of those, and that's why you have the mess. So Ineos needs to clear this up. In regards to review, I said strike one on Monday if he's still here, because there's no reason for him to still be here. He adds no value whatsoever. I don't know what they're assessing. There is nothing to assess further. You've been here from February. You also watched the season like I did from the start of the season. So from August all the way up until February, until you took over, what more are you looking for? Then never mind February to the end of the season. Take the FA Cup out of it. I've been asking people who are pro Ten Hag again, what are the pros? I can't get more than 3. And even a couple of them are fugazi. So we've got 3 pros from an entire season. What is he still here for? He adds no benefit. He adds no value. There's no reason for him to be here. All of these things should have been cleared up and dealt with already. Like, obviously, we're hearing conflicting reports, but to me, there's nothing to assess. Get rid of him, and then you pick your next guy, whoever that is. Well, we'll see. But yeah, strike one. I had my doubts about Ineos anyway. When people were talking about, oh, Ineos are going to come in and change this, that, and the third, I was like, I don't trust you lot off the bat because you did a deal with the devil. You care about Manchester United so much and care about what we've got going on. Yeah, big up Northside every single time, man. Big up, yeah?
Oh, shit. Shout out Northside. Take care, brother. I'll redirect
yeah,
over when you're done. Just let me know when it's up.
Yo, big up, man. Big up to everyone. Big up to the panel. Love Lewis for having me on, man. Big up, guys. Love.
Big up,
Appreciate
Northside.
it,
man. See you in a bit.
Bless up, brother.
Big up. So yeah, like that's what it is. Like they did a deal with the Glazers, so you care so much about Manchester United and what's going on at Manchester United and want to bring us back to glory, but did a deal with the people who are major contributors to why we are where we are, major contributors to why we are piss poor on the field, major contributors to why we are piss poor off the field, major contributors to why our roof is still leaking. What are we talking about? And you
Not
did a deal with
leaking,
them.
bro. That shit's a colander.
Now it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's mad. You know what I'm saying?
A
What
leak
else
is,
like
you
saying?
get a little hole in the shoe and you're like, okay,
What?
it's got a little bit of
Yeah,
water.
what else like
Actually,
saying?
it
It's
was
a
raining
good-
like...
Yeah,
you
it's a
remember
good job
that old school Jumanji where they open
Yeah,
the door
yeah.
and all the water? That's what it was like, man.
I hear that. Yeah,
So
go on,
what's-
Lewis. I'll let you get to this.
Sorry, Chelsea will sign new striker this summer as part of next season plans, but no negotiations or talks taking place for Osimhen, with or without Lukaku in the deal. So he's even got rid of the whole player plus cash thing. Fuck's sakes. Chelsea not planning to go for Osimhen as of now. Lukaku and Broya expected to leave. Okay, so if we're not going in for Osimhen, then okay, where the fuck is Lukaku going first off? And second of all, Arsenal need to save us from Sesko. Arsenal got to save us.
Sesko does sound like a disease.
Oh my
That's crazy, yo.
Fucking
I got a
goodness.
mad case of Sesko.
Trust me. You know what I mean?
Sesko's flaring up this week.
Day 3 Sesko, man. Oh, shit.
And
So
I got a
fast.
mad case of Sesko right now. That's a
I
great
got
way
a
to
mad,
Yeah.
I got a mad case of Sesko. He's mad. But
So
yeah,
Gyökeres won't go anywhere without Amorim. So yeah, that ain't gonna be an option. We aren't even looking at him. Fabrizio got rid of that in February, so it ain't gonna be him. Oh, if this fucking Sesko, I swear on my life.
Did you know Chelsea inquired about a striker last summer?
We
An
are not
85 million
going for
fee
Nunes.
striker
Don't
at my club.
even.
I'm just saying that's what happened,
Don't.
innit?
Don't. I'll find your address.
I'm just saying that is legit what happened.
I know what it
Chelsea
is.
did inquire
That's a
over Nunes last summer.
That's a Champions League level player, you know. He's got
You
top
couldn't even
fees
get
as
that
well.
out, bro. Oh,
Too far,
mate.
Neil,
What if
too far.
Maresca wants Lukaku? Like, does Lukaku want us?
No.
Like, come on. It's been 3 seasons, my friend. Let's just forget about Lukaku at Chelsea. That's done. That ship already sailed. It already hit a fucking iceberg and it's already crashed. That's done. Ah, this is just taking me right out, brother. Are you kidding me? Who's the striker gonna be then? Man said you want Daka, please. Like, piss
That's
off.
Now,
Chelsea.
Sean, Leicester fan, let's go.
Ah, big up, Sean. Don't.
Who knew the striker will be? Yeah, it might be Patson Daka. Daka to the Chelsea, man.
Well, Fabrizio's been
Daka's
talking about
hilarious,
Sesko
bro.
and Chelsea for like
He's
the
missed.
last couple weeks. So I think it's probably going to be him, but I'm
You
not
reckon it's
moved.
Sesko? You reckon it's Sesko?
Probably, but
And guess where
Oh.
Daka's from? The RB Academy as well.
Yeah, man. Hey,
Red Bull.
Daka to the Chelsea, man. Let's go.
if it's Daka, I'll probably spend an hour on stream just laughing.
Hey, that Patson Palmer link up, man. You ain't ready.
Wow. I'm trying to run the alliteration and everything.
That's
I
fine,
can't
man.
do it.
Patson Palmer link up. You already know.
Eden says no one's mentioned Tony, and I'm guessing there's a reason for that, bro.
Yeah, I'm surprised actually. That's
Those
all gone
stocks
quiet
have
with
got,
Ivan
Tony
Toney.
stocks have gone down a lot recently.
Yeah, serious. That's why
Yeah,
hey,
he's bet
United
on
go
them
get
to
him
go
while
down as well. That's
Yeah.
why he's probably not playing next season.
Since those links of Arsenal dropping their interest came
Then
out.
he's bet on his stocks go down.
Don't
That's
get me
why
wrong,
he's
his form
not
hasn't
playing
been
next
great.
season.
His
This
form
guy's
hasn't been
crazy.
great, but still, I would have
Yeah,
expected.
you go
them
get him
to
while
be-
his stock's low. Like I
I
United
agree.
go
I
get
actually
Tony,
agree.
man. Like
Yeah,
he
you
actually
could get him
fit.
on the cheap still. You could get him
Yeah.
on fairly on the
And he's
cheap.
only got a year.
40,
I think he's only got
40, 50.
yeah, he's only got a
I'd
year left
rather
in his
that
deal.
than fucking Sesko, bro.
All right, Lewis, hear me out.
Bruv, he's not an
Romelu
Enzo
back,
player.
man. Lukaku back.
It's not gonna happen.
Romelu Remontada, man.
He don't want to be
Remember,
here
you were
first
like
off.
R9. This is your R9 moment.
And also,
forget.
correct me if I'm wrong, but does Maresca need a pressing striker?
He played Patson Daka so much because he can do both. He can come back, link play, and finish. So he likes somebody that can
Lukaku
do both.
can't do that.
I still bring him back in
Lukaku's
for vibes.
running behind and just shoot. If anything, he's got the frame of a guy with great hold-up play, but he can't hold up, and his passing's not great. Just clunk.
So you've
Ugh.
got Jackson and who else? And Cuckoo?
Jackson and Kunku
Kunku's a
ain't
10.
naturally a striker. Datro Fofana, who did well at Burnley on loan. David Washington, who just exists. Broya's getting sold. That's about it.
Yeah,
That's about it.
Bro is leaving and Lukaku's leaving, so he only leaves you with Jackson as your only senior recognized striker. So you're gonna sign someone, but it's saying no.
What we say senior.
It is. Yeah, senior loosely, but you know what I'm saying. All right, recognize striker then. Recognize first team
Everything's
striker.
hinted at Osimhen this whole year, though,
It's crazy.
and like this is just throwing me off.
Maybe
Like at
the
least
new
with
manager will like Jackson. I'm just saying.
I'm fine with that, but
I
I
actually don't think Jackson's bad. He's a bad finisher, but he's not a bad footballer. Like,
That's
I think
what a
he's good
striker
footballer.
does.
No, but in terms of his
Don't say
all-round
he's
play,
a
I
bad
think-
finisher. He's a
no.
shit
His
striker then.
finishing's bad, but in terms of like, he's not a bad footballer. Like, his
If you
actual
say off the
all-round
ball
play is actually
runs, I'm
decent.
going to kick you.
Even with his finishing, it's just more inconsistent of anything. Because there's been rounds where he's been good in terms of finishing, and then there's just been howler matches. It's just not been consistent. Like, he
You
did
can
get
see that
15,
he's not-
16 non-penalty goals this season. His first
He's
Prem
not like a
season.
Nunes who's just a hopeless footballer all around. Like Jackson genuinely has some ability there. Like
The thing is, we say that, but yeah, Jackson's not good enough. Like, let's call us
no,
spade.
I agree he's not good enough. But like, I'm just saying maybe the new
What's his-
manager might see it as Jack. Maybe
What was
can
the
get
goal
some
difference
out of
between him
Jackson.
and how many goals did Nunes get in the Prem?
11.
11.
And how many did Jackson get?
Jackson got a few more.
Jackson got like, I think 50.
14.
Yeah, he got 11.
14.
Nunes got 11.
And Jackson got 14.
And Jackson got,
I remember.
I think it was
Fats put a
15.
bet. Nah, did Fats not put out a bet on him getting
Yeah,
15?
he
14.
He said
He got 14. Yeah, he
didn't
got 14. So we got 3 more. Like, but yeah, neither of them are good enough.
Yeah, but
I
to be
get your
fair,
point.
like Nunes played in a better team as well. Like
That's true. But you think?
I think Nunes had way more chances too.
yeah,
to be
he
honest.
did.
He did. But I don't know if Jackson gets on those chances that Nunes does. Because Nunes, for all his limitations, he gets in the right places at the right time. Hey, but he does.
We also got reports that as of
No,
now,
I know what
Chelsea
you mean.
are
I know what
looking
you
at
mean.
Poch. Yes, and yeah, that was from Fabrizio too.
What did Fabrizio tweet that you weren't sacking Poch?
No, we weren't looking to sack Poch at the time, and he's saying here, we're not planning to go for Osimhen as of now. So he's left the window open a little bit. That's given me just enough copium to get by for the next month. So all right, cool. I'm going to take that and run with it because I'm not with Sesko. If Sesko's the option, genuinely just give Jackson another year. Like, what is the point? What's the point? Brother's not proven nearly enough yet.
I think you need a striker, even if you don't go get like a big marquee signing. You still need someone to at least back up Jackson. You can't just go with just Jackson for the whole season. You're going to sign a striker. You can't let 2 leave and not bring at least 1 in. Maybe you bring 1 in and then promote 1 from.
Well, I said I don't care who's our striker for the Conference League. Like, I'm already looking at that as one. I said people can clip me with that and whatever. If we lose, I'm getting clipped. I'm getting torn apart everywhere. So I don't care.
You should
the
should the Conference League. But yeah, Neil, what type of striker does he like, or is it a mix? Does he like anything in particular from his striker? Like with the ball and without the ball.
4 strikers last season.
Yeah.
We had Jamie Vardy, who didn't start the season, so he likes a striker that will come back and link play, but then finish in the box and is ready to finish off balls as well. Jamie Vardy is more of the man on the shoulder, but the more he played in the Enzo system, the better he got a link in the ball. Patson Daka was probably his favorite player because he could do both. He's got the pace to get in behind and finish, but he's also got the ability to link up, especially when we had Fatau and Mavididi either side of him. And they were running into the box, or Kindresby Hall to play off 1-2. So he needs an all-round striker. So I don't know. The thing is, I can't lie. I've just not been watching Premier League because I've been in the Championship. So I can't tell you what Jackson's like, or just from that perspective. Because I've just been.
Jackson's very good with his hold up and link. It's genuinely just the finishing. Like, if he had the finishing, he'd be such a brazy forward because he'd have everything in the bag.
But if you look at the goals and we had, so if I try and find the goals,
I think he's had the highest dribbling success rate out of all the strikers in the Prem this season.
We don't need him to. He doesn't need to dribble. He just needs to finish. Like, I'll give you. Where's the top scorers? There we go. I'll bring up the top scorers that we've had this season. Jamie Vardy's up there, as you can imagine.
Steffi Mavididi. What?
Yeah, Vardy got 20 goals this season. So you see, the guy's still kicking.
Nearly a goal a game.
That's crazy.
Goal a game.
Blood.
He wasn't played that much. If you look, his actual minutes per goal is 96. But you look, Mavididi, winger, Kindresby Hall, 8. Fatau, didn't get the number, but 13 assists from the right wing. 19 years old. This guy's going to be a baller for us. Patson Daka and Casey Mack. So you look, the 8's a scorer. He plays with that formation so that the strikers are scoring, but more likely, the goals are more likely going to come from the wingers and the number 8s. Wilfred Ndidi's a bit of an exception. But even then, look, Wilfred Ndidi in that position got 6 goals, 6 assists.
That's going to suit Palmer.
Yeah.
Mudryk, I God knows with that guy. Like, I need to see what he's like with Maresca. Maresca's like his final hope with me. If he can't get him cooking, I give up.
Fair enough. Look at this one. So just there, Patson Daka 1. Below him, Casey McAteer was playing in League 2 the season before. Now he came to the Championship. Yes, he was got a few injuries and needs another loan to the Championship. But 7 goals pretty all at the beginning of the season. He was our top striker for the first few games of the season. So, and after that, again, Iheanacho's there. I think Iheanacho's done with us now. Wish him all the best, but I think his time has passed. But the goals are split evenly. It's not just reliant on one player. Jamie Vardy, when he was coming into the goals, was towards the end of the season. And also with this position, next to Ryan, it looks like Ten Hag's just creeping on this table. It's hilarious.
I was just
God,
peeking out.
James,
I'm not gone yet.
Yeah,
Not gone yet.
Inside this guy, man. Jesus Christ.
I think he's gonna go anyway, though. Like the fact that it's been so quiet since then.
Now. What is your?
That's my whole thing.
That, but Rance gave a really good explanation for it, which I kind of hear, and I think he said like they're letting United fans just enjoy the whole final and the vibes.
He did that. He said that to me, which I hear, but I don't want my club. I need a callous approach. I don't need my board thinking like fans. We've had a few days now. Hey, let's move on. Like, and it really puts everybody on notice as well. Time is not our friend.
That'll be the case like this weekend, next week, if you get an announcement. If it takes longer than that, then I'd be like,
yeah, because remember, there's Euros. So time is not our friend. Like in regards to going and recruiting is going to be tougher because of the Euros. And you're going to have less time with players, I presume, because if players go to quarterfinals, semi-finals, finals of the Euro 2024 or Copa America, they could be coming back late as well. So it makes it tougher to do deals. Like I say,
you think you got your manager already sorted? Because like there was those rumors about De Zerbi already having his contract paid out. Fonseca's going to Milan. Conte's going to Napoli. We've just took Maresca. Those were all the clubs interested.
I think it's De Zerbi personally. I think that's who they've gone for. Because
if that's the case, then it's already done.
Somebody paid. Hindsight would be beautiful. If that is the case, I go, all right, Fairs, you man had this on lock. Like, I would say if I'm a betting man, I'm saying it's De Zerbi because there's no other names there and somebody didn't pay the fee. But if it is De Zerbi, what's the holdup? If De Zerbi's signed, sealed, sack Ten Hag, bring in De Zerbi, let's get to work. That's just
maybe that's the only theory that I've heard. And I guess it makes a bit of sense, but there's also a theory. We don't know. Maybe it's just little bits and pieces that they need to sort out in terms of a termination package. God knows. But I'd also think that they should have had that sorted from time. Because you don't have to get to the end of the season for you guys as well to think, okay, we need to get rid of him.
No. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely not.
So maybe it's just a vibes thing.
Yes, there should be no conversation. You've had ample time to assess. You lot should have, from when you took over in February, by March, you should have made your decision. You should have seen enough in that month and previously and everything that's gone on. If not April, the latest, which means you had the entire month of May to sort this out and pardon. Maybe they have, and I'll come back here and say I was wrong. If De Zerbi, by the next time we do a show next week, by that time he's gone and De Zerbi's here or the other managers here. And it's like, yeah, we had this. Okay, cool. Props to Ineos. All right, let's see how you do next. I said from the jump, they're on the clock. Time is not our friend. We got so much to do. Hey, get on this. Get on this. Because we still need to improve the squad regardless of who you go and bring in. And moving on players as well. Important. Very important season for us.
Yeah, let's just, I say let's hope. But I actually would rather you get rid of Ten Hag for your own sake as well. I've been saying that you have suffered enough this this entire decade.
Facts.
Since the whole Pochettino stuff, I just feel bad for people dealing with terrorists in charge. That's you included. So, yeah, let's hope we're both back up next season. Shout out to Felix saying, do you guys think with a few signings, Chelsea is not far away from Liverpool, Arsenal and City? I want to hear opinion from the panel. Big ups, by the way. Personally, in terms of our starting 11, yes, if you get a couple more signings, we are in the mix with them lot. But there's too much, variables. Who do you bring in? Are they the right guys? What's Maresca saying? Is he the right manager for us? Because we've seen with last season, a manager is make or break. So I'd say as a squad, yeah, we're a few signings away. Yeah, but
that's fair.
I need to see the signings.
Because he did say with a few signings, not that far away. Yeah, I hear that. Because with a few signings, you could argue that Chelsea are the fourth. With the few signings that are correct, Chelsea are the fourth best side in the league. With the correct signings. So you're not far away from the
to have that. Just because you have to perform, and it's,
absolutely.
You have to be ruthless. You have to win. Yes. You have to perform. So I'm with you, and I hear that. On paper, you can have the best squad in the world, but how many times have we seen the better squad lose?
So that's all.
It don't work. Life don't work like that.
Yeah, don't, because with the few signings, it's like, of course, they'd have to be the correct signings. Yeah, and that's what it is. And I look at it, yes, if Chelsea get it right from it, and it's very tough to do. It is very tough, yes. But like you said, ruthless, and these people are paid big amount of money to do those things. So get the signings right.
Yeah.
Whoever's making signings at Chelsea is paid very, very well. Same with Leicester, same with Liverpool, same with Man. That's why I don't give them leeway. This is why I'm so critical of recruitment. You man are millionaires, thousandaires. Like if I am paying you the very best, I mean the most amount of money in your profession, you best be one of the best.
And this is what I'm talking about. The fact that Maresca's left, it will have zero, as you were mentioning, will have very little impact on signings. The manager knows what the club will decide who they're going to go after. Head of recruitment, even if it's not director of football, will get the job done in terms of scouting. And that's what Flawless was talking about before. Get a manager that fits your mold and that works with the players you're going to get in. So in that sense, Leicester is better run than Man United.
Facts, because you might actually have a clear plan. Like the next guy you get, whether he's of the level of Enzo, whether he's above Enzo, below Enzo in terms of quality, philosophy is going to be is pretty much the same. So therefore, the recruitment is going to be of the same mindset. The players who are there currently are still going to be able to get used, and that's what I want for Manchester United. Please pick a style. Just identify a style. Whatever the style, I don't care what the style is. Would I prefer possession based? Yes, but if they're we know what, we're going to go high energy, high intensity. We're going to press high. We're going to do like Klopp, like Nagelsmann, that type of thing. Cool. Just stick with it and go get the best players and the best manager for said style. And then if it don't work, don't do a complete 181 and go away from that and then go and get a De Zerbi. And then after De Zerbi, you go get an Emery type. And then after an Emery type, you go back. No. Please clear plan. Basics.
Also, the only thing confusing about your list, your manager, because it was De Zerbi, there was Pochettino in there was Tuchel. It's like, what?
Yes,
different styles.
Completely different. That's why I'm hoping the list is just people guessing. That's where I will give Ineos not the benefit of the doubt, but I'll wait and see. But pick a manager. But the style should have already been set. Because people are going to guess it's Manchester United. So with De Zerbi, Frank, and others being linked with the job, Pochettino makes sense. Because as soon as Poch was sacked from you, within 20 minutes, he was linked to us. It's like, come on.
He was even getting linked before the end of the season.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ornstein was trying to throw hints about Ineos always being keen on Pochettino
because they spoke to him about it. They spoke to him about the niche job. That's where it stems from. Ineos spoke to him about the niche job. Poch.
Oh,
yeah, previously, because obviously they own Nice, but it's like two.
Yeah, if you get Poch, you'll never see Lisandro Martinez again.
Oh, if we get Poch, it's a wrap. I know why you man ain't serious. I can just lock out for the season. Straight back.
Another vibe season. Fuck
Straight
all
vibes.
of that. Bro.
NBA, gaming content, wrestling, may even do Gial talk. Like just
Ella side missions, bro.
Yeah,
I hear it.
Enough side missions. That's what I've been on this season.
Yeah, because the main quest is shit.
Yes, facts. I don't like the main quest. You know what I'm saying? Let me do these side quests. Let me do this yoga mission and all types of nonsense. Yeah, that's it. Everyone's done the yoga mission on GTA. You don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Something about yoga, or I think that's the name of it. I don't know. Shout out to AK saying, I know I'm saying this time and time again. If anyone can step up and take the tile from us, do it. Stop moaning about 115 charges and man up. Facts.
Yeah,
hate people complaining about, oh, but City exists, or City exists. Someone's going to beat City. Someone will do it.
More likely
Klopp managed to do it once. It was shown it was done.
Facts. You
do
beat
it.
them in the FA Cup final. They're not invincible. Are they the best team in the land? Yes, but they're not invincible.
And you can't just hold off and just be like, oh, well, when Pep leaves the Premier League, then we'll compete.
No, do it. Don't compete now. Compete now.
City were there for the taking these last 2 years in this Premier League. In terms, they were really there for the taking. So
agreed.
Shout out to I don't think I can pronounce your name, brother, but big up, man. I really don't want to butcher it. Big up, bro, saying Osimhen has 13, 10, 14, 26, and 15 goals in the league last 5 years. And those include penalties. Mad. For he has one good season. I thought he would have more goals. That's actually surprising as well, to be honest. But again, like, still a good all-round striker in spite of all of that. But yeah. Those numbers, especially early on, are a bit surprising. But there was a big spike up to 26, dropped down to 15 a little bit, which, I mean, is a decent tally, but not great. Well, I mean, it's a decent tally, to be honest. That's just about it. Would still bring him in. Like, I've always said that I understand the argument for Osimhen from a price perspective. But in terms of what he brings to the table, I'm still bringing him in. And if he balls out, we don't care about the price. Simple as that. Like, no one's talking about Caicedo being 150 million anymore because he's actually performing consistently.
Yeah.
Oh, and he was injured majority of the season last season as well. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, I don't care. Big up to Tommy. Tommy's saying if we ain't getting Osimhen, who we gonna get? Probably Sesko. And if not, I actually don't know. Because Isak would be a similar price to Osimhen. And who's the other one? Gyökeres were ruled out for in February. So I'd be surprised there's a turnaround on him. And if we were going to get Gyökeres, I'd be surprised we didn't just go for Amorim then. Just take the pair. It would make Gyökeres even easier. But hey, I don't know. I'm hoping we still get Osimhen, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Ryan, just quickly on Liverpool. In terms of news, the only thing I really saw with you guys was Konate links to PSG, but he's also in contract discussions with you, so I don't really know if it's a push to try and get more money or if he's actually linked with a move. But what's going on with Liverpool?
Nah, it's just pretty quiet at the moment. It's like, sorry, with Edwards back now, it kind of goes back to the way it was before in terms of when he was here. The business with Liverpool would be done kind of secretly. You wouldn't hear anything really, and the rumours you'd hear, they'd be pointless, bro. Like, there wouldn't really be anything. And it's like, you know, you look at the signings we made under Edwards, they all suddenly came out the blue. There weren't really anything before them about it. It would just come out the blue. You look at, you know, when Van Dijk actually did happen, Alisson, Fabinho. Fabinho was the one that really came out the blue. So with Liverpool signings this season, they'll happen. They'll just happen all of a sudden. It'll just literally just happen all of a sudden. That's the thing. And it's not like it was last year where, you know, the Caicedo and Lavia sagas were just there for everyone to see. It was like a, you know, honestly, it was ridiculous that running commentary of them, updates every 5 minutes
That's
about
just because
them.
where everything's hidden with Liverpool, everything's wide open with Chelsea, bro. We have
But
so
that's the
many
thing with-
moles in this club.
Because Edwards weren't here, it was like everything just went to the opposite in terms of it was like we had everything out in the open as well. You know, you never saw that with Liverpool in the past. It was like everything was done secretly. Since we fucked up with the Van Dijk deal in the first place, when, you know, remember in the summer we didn't get him because we, you know, tapped him up basically. So we had to apologize to Southampton and stuff. So ever since then,
oh sorry, yeah, that's what you love.
ever since then, we had to do our
sorry.
business in secret and stuff. But then obviously Edwards leaves, and like I said, the Caicedo and Lavia sagas were just out there in the open. It was ridiculous. But like I said, if you Liverpool sign a player, you'll just hear it all of a sudden, in my opinion. So I don't really believe any of these rumors that are about players that are out there at the moment. Like, I think Liverpool probably like a lot of these players, but I don't. There's nothing really close about them. No one really knows, to be honest. So, in terms of selling players, it'll be interesting, man. Like Konate, PSG probably are in for him, but I don't think he's gonna go, even though I've got a popular opinion about it. But I don't think he's gonna go. I do think he'll probably sign a contract. What it is. In terms of players that could go, I think Diaz is the most likely that I think could go in terms of kind of like how high profile player at the club. Obviously, you know your Simicast might go. He's basically third choice. You know, and Adrian might go, and Adrian is going. You know, your Thiago's, Matip's already gone. So I think Diaz is the one you're looking at as the one most likely to go. I think Saudi, there's links to Saudi today. Saudi are in for him and Joe Gomez apparently today. I think Joe Gomez is another one that could go, especially with the way Slot plays as well. Like, because I expect Liverpool to buy a centre back this summer, and then Joe Gomez gets pushed down even more to like even fifth or sixth choice centre back, and you're looking at it thinking, with the way Slot plays as well with his attacking fullbacks, he likes his fullbacks up and down. Gomez don't really suit that, you know. Gomez ain't great going forward, so Gomez kind of becomes redundant profile wise under Slot. So I could potentially see him leaving as well if Liverpool got a good offer for him. But
Well, that's Saudi. It's usually about the interest for that as well, because some players don't want to go there that early. I don't think either of them are in
but
the
wait till they throw the money in front of them, bro. When they see those offers of wages, bro.
Big money.
You know,
Do
the
they
mind
offer like
changes.
everyone crazy wages, or just like your big stars? Because I always thought it was book value other than for certain players.
It depends. Compared to the wages Joe Gomez is probably earning at Liverpool, the wages he could be offered in Saudi will be way higher than what he's earning at Liverpool. Let's be honest with you. Like, to him, that will be like miles above what he's earning at Liverpool. So it would appeal to him. To be honest, I think. But yeah, man, like,
What are
let's
these
see what
players
happens.
earning? Like, let's say Mitrovic, for example. What's Mitrovic on? 480. Okay, yeah. Okay, I understand. Forget. Right, they're giving randoms like Mitrovic that sort of money. Now, what's Edouard Mendy on? What is he on?
Send some of that bread our way, man. The content creators.
Mendy's on nearly 200k a week, which I mean is still a bit crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, that's mad.
Koulibaly, what's he on?
Yeah, they just went and came and got all the Chelsea players you lot didn't want. What?
He's on nearly 500. Huh? What the fuck? What the fuck are they doing over there? Okay, yeah, you know what, Ryan? Fair enough. I see where these rumors are coming from.
Yeah, like, so let's see what happens, man. Like, in terms of, there does need to be a lot of change at Liverpool. I'm not saying we need a full rebuild, a full overhaul or anything, but, you know, some players need to leave. We need to get certain players in. I think we need a new left back, even though I'd keep Robertson as backup. Like, I don't think he's completely washed like people are saying, but he's not good enough, in my opinion, to be a regular starter for where we want to go anymore. But as a squad player, he'd be fine. And I'd get another centre back or two in as well. Yeah, I'd get another centre back in for sure. I think we'll definitely get a centre back. I'd go for another DM as well, because as well as Endo's done for the price he was, you know, he's shown that he's not good enough to be again the regular DM for where we want to go as well. He's quite clearly shown that. And then attackers, we need one or two in as well, definitely. Like Diaz and Nunes need to go. Like, whether they both will, I think Diaz will. I can definitely see Diaz leaving. I could genuinely see that. Nunes, thing is, Nunes is a weird one. Like, I'd sell him. Like, I'd sell him, but whether the club will, I don't know, because I feel like Edwards. If the club got 50 mil for Nunes, I think they'd take it. Like, I think the club would take 50 mil for Nunes, especially Edwards, because Edwards. I feel like Edwards is a bit petty in terms of like, in terms of Klopp. So like Nunes was Klopp signing, innit? That was Klopp push for the Nunes signing. The recruitment team actually wanted Nkunku instead of Nunes. But Klopp chose Nunes and we got Nunes in it. So I think Edwards would actually be willing to sell Nunes if a good offer came in, to be honest, to kind of get the Klopp signings out of here in a way. But again, you know, if is anyone going to come in with that offer? You know, that's the thing. I could see it happen, and then I could see him going, but hopefully it happens, man. And then, you know, it'll be interesting to see what Slot does, to be honest, because I don't know a lot about him. I can't really give you a great opinion of what he's going to do, how good he's going to be. You know, I'm not going to lie and say I watch Feyenoord week and
Are
week
you
out.
Slot out?
No, not that, man. That's ridiculous. Like, to be a manager out before he's, huh?
Give it 2 weeks.
Nah.
We're gonna document you with the slot out stuff. You know what I'm saying?
To be a manager out before he's even started, it's like,
no,
that's you written all over it.
No, don't, hey, Neil, don't do that.
Man.
That's Ryan 2 games into his reign. That's what that is. 2 draws and
first defeat.
Fair enough. I give him a little bit of credit.
Let him lose. Let him lose to Leicester or something, or draw.
Yeah, I rate that you're not out immediately. Because of Sam was, I wanted to gauge where you were at.
No, I'm willing to give him a chance, definitely. I just, like I said, I don't know really much about him. I think I've only ever watched one Feyenoord.
16.
I think I've only ever watched one Feyenoord game in my life, and that was the Conference League final against Roma a couple of years ago, I think. So yeah, man, I know I've heard his style isn't massively different from Klopp's. But there are some differences, and like I think he is more about technical side of football as well in his team. Like his midfielders are more technical. He does control games probably. He does put a bit more emphasis on control more than what Klopp does probably, which I'm happy with, to be honest. And look, people are acting like we're gonna completely fall off without Klopp because Slot's coming in. It's like I can hear why people would think that, obviously with how good Klopp is as a manager. But at the end of the day, I've said this. I do think, you know, as much as I love Klopp, I do think the time was right for him to leave at the end of the day. I think he chose the right time himself. Like I said, our defensive structure over the last 2 years has been horrible. Like, it's genuinely been horrible, bro. Like, the way we just get opened up continuously, pause. Like, it's just like, you know, that's down to that's a coaching issue at the end of the day. 2 years, and the way we consistently get run through, the way we can see so many chances consistently, it's ridiculous. And look, the way we concede the opening goal all the time, the way we start off games so slow in the last 2 years has been, honestly, that's just not acceptable at the end of the day. And people have praised Klopp mostly because of his in-game management this season. Well, yeah, and his in-game management has been excellent this season, just gone. But you know why why that is? Because his pre-game management has been absolutely shit. There's a reason why your in-game management is that good, because your pre-game, because you're having to make the changes all the time, because you fucked
Writing
up in
your
the
own
first
mistakes.
place. Yeah, you fucked up in the first place. That explains why we conceded the first goal all the time. So my question is, why can't we actually improve? Because I'll say, right, yeah, we finished third this season. We won a trophy. We had a solid season. Wasn't a great season or anything, especially with the position we got. But we won a trophy. We got third. It's an improvement from the previous season, and we were challenging for most of the season. But we didn't play well. Like, it's not as if we were convincing over the whole season. Arsenal and City definitely outperformed us in terms of performances all season. At the end of the day, we were just getting results. So why
That's
can't
all that
we?
matters. Results are all that
No, no,
matters in
I
this
hear
game.
you, but eventually that came back to kind of bite us in the ass in the end. So, in terms of what I'm saying is that if Slot improves the structure of the team, the defensive structure of the team, we get a good recruitment in the summer, we buy a few good players in positions we need. Why can't we actually improve? And we keep our big players. We keep an Allison, we keep a Trent, we keep a Virgil, we keep a Salah, those 4 players. But if we kept them all, our structure improves as a team and we improve around them. There's no reason why we can't actually improve as a team next season, to be honest. And that's why I say there's no excuse for me for not challenging. I'm not saying we'll go and win the league, but I don't think there's any excuse for Slot not to challenge next season. That's just
Fine
my opinion.
challenge, like be top for the not top, but be competing for like the last 10 games, or be competing till around Christmas, or what?
Yeah, just competing for the league, bro. Like, I don't see any reason why. I'm not on this whole, as long as he gets top 4 the first season, battling for top 4. No, I'm not on that, bro. Like, we just competed for a title whilst pretty much playing shit all season. Believe me or not, it doesn't really take a lot to compete for a title in this league. This league is ass. That's why
we see
Oh,
how
for where
terrible
you
it is.
are, for where you are, I hear it.
But that's why I'm saying we're
Me
not.
like-
I predict we're not gonna finish outside of third place this season. You know why? Because this league won't allow us to. Because it's that bad. We're not gonna be worse than Aston Villa next season.
That's
We
why I
finished
still believe top 4 is a realistic target for us. Like, what? I'm asking for us to be better than Aston Villa. We could have already been better than Aston Villa this season.
Bro,
If we had beaten them this season, we would have probably been above them already.
Bro, we literally finished 5th. We're absolutely dog shit for that season. Literally signed 4 midfielders who, let's be honest, they're not world beaters or anything, those midfielders we signed. Only a couple of them have been half decent, let's be real. It wasn't a great midfield rebuild at all. But yet we were challenging and we won a trophy. Like, we actually challenged, and comfortably finished top 4, comfortably improved on what we did. So it doesn't actually take a lot to compete in this league, in my opinion. That's the thing. Like, big up.
Everyone sub to the bridge. Everyone sub to the bridge. Big up, my G.
So that's why I'm saying there's literally no excuse for us not challenging next season. And like I said, I just don't see us falling off massively, to be honest. I could be wrong, but I just don't see it because, like I said, this league is too bad for us to do it, in my opinion. As long as we keep our big players and improve a bit around them, we'll easily be top 3, in my opinion. But
yeah, I think that should be your target, if anything. Well, the bare minimum. It should.
I'm hoping for a good run in the Champions League as well. A good run in the Champions League. We'll have a new manager and stuff, but we've got players in there who've won a Champions League, played in Champions League finals. Who know how to navigate 2-legged ties, and there's no reason why we can't have a good run in the Champions League as well, bro. Like, we've been at our worst before, and won the Champions League, and have had great runs in that competition. So I expect us to have a good run in that competition as well. So yeah, man. I'm not lowering my standards for next season just because of a new manager. Because Klopp has actually left this club. This club is in a much better state than when he came in at the end of the day. So for me, I don't think there's any excuse for us not to challenge next season. I'm not going to say we win it, but like, there's no excuse not to be up there.
Facts. I hear I hear that. Shout out to JS7 as well, saying what happens during AFCON if we were to get Osimhen. Both him and Jackson will be gone. AFCON's like usually 2 league games that you have to deal with, and the rest are cup competitions. So, like, I don't think it would be too much damage for us. Obviously, you need to get another number 3 in, but right now, I guess it'd be Dacho Fofana that you turn to. Not really the most ideal of options, but for me, that's a problem for January right now if we were to even get him. Big up to AK saying, Ryan, do you think Salah will stay at Liverpool long term?
No, I think he doesn't sign a contract. I think he stays 1 year and then goes for free next summer. So yeah, that's what I think happens.
Think he signs another contract?
No. No, I don't think. I think.
Because I swear he's got a year left.
I think Salah goes next summer for free. I think Trent is 50-50. Don't know what's going to happen. I think he could sign. I think he could leave next summer.
But where's Trent going to go?
Real Madrid.
Yeah, makes sense.
They want him apparently. Real Madrid want him. So.
They want him.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, makes
Well,
sense.
Their team is outrageous. If they, you know what needs must build the super team, man. Stop City from winning Champions Leagues. I'm with that. Do what
But also with Salah, I think he's going Saudi.
I think he'll go next summer. I think he'll go next summer to Saudi. I don't think he goes this summer. I think he stays a year and goes next summer. Like I said, Trent 50-50. Virgil, I think, signs. That's the one that I'm actually convinced will actually sign a contract. So yeah, let's see what happens.
Said check has a United tweet. Is it something that's what's this tweet? One sec. Just received confirmation that Ineos' ever since they've given to UEFA to allow both United and Nice to play in the Europa League has been denied. United will be playing in the Conference League next season. This account's got like what 3K followers.
Hey, what did you say?
Come on, man.
What did you say at the start of the stream, Lewis? The Premier League season has finished, but the chaos continues. Chaos.
I don't believe this shit for a second. Is this Harry Richards guy meant to be in the know?
Bro, if somebody says they're in the know, they're not. The people that are actually in the know don't call themselves in the know.
In the know.
It's like the guy that say, yeah, I get loads of girls. You don't because you say it.
Hey, Ryan. That's Ryan.
16 out of 10.
If 2 or more clubs fail to meet the criteria aimed at ensuring the integrity of the competition, only one of them may be admitted to a UEFA club competition.
Available now.
In accordance with the following criteria, the club which qualifies on sporting merit for the most prestigious UEFA club competition, Descending Order, UCL, Europa League and Conference League, the club which is ranked highest in the domestic championship, giving access to relevant UEFA club competition, or the club whose association is ranked highest in the access list. Bro, I still don't know if it even stands for anything. I'll wait for Fabrizio or Ornstein to say something. I don't believe it. I hope so. That means I get both days of carnival. That'll be great for me, but I don't believe it.
Not, I'll talk to you off air anyway about that. But go on, carry on.
I know it's still just going to be a fucking piss take, but yeah, guys, don't play with my emotions like this. There's no way I believe this is happening. And if that's the case, again, City and Girona. What about them? They're both in the Champions League, so there's a bit of a conflict of interest there too. I think genuinely you're not going to hear any more of this after a couple of weeks. United will be in the Europa League, we'll be in the Conference League, whatever. Get me a trophy. Big up to Tabatso saying big up to the Mandem. Lewis, we will rise again. Yes, we will. Next season, we will, bruv. Yeah, I'm going to do a bit more research into that, but I don't know why I'm meant to believe a guy with 3K followers. Why? No reason at all, but cool. That's calm. But yeah, a big up to everybody that's locked in anyway. We've had big numbers throughout the show. Shout out to every single one of you that's been in here. If you guys haven't already, the links to Neil's channel, the links to Sarcasm City, the link to Northside's channel, the links to everybody is down in the description below. So everybody sub and follow if you haven't done so already. We're going to send everybody over to Northside. Northside's going to be live in a little
Yeah, I
sec.
need to dip, but big up, man. Them.
Yeah,
Ryan,
big
big
up,
up,
bro.
big up.
Flawless is also going to be live at about midnight, I think.
Yeah. United Arsenal show. So I'll be with TJ. Shout out to TJ and be with Tony. But yeah, we redirecting to Northside. So just put Arteta new deal rate. That's what you lot need to do. You know what I'm saying? And that Super Mick. That's it. Super Mick rate. Super duper Mick. There we go. Super
Hashtag for ambitions.
Yeah, man. Super duper Mick.
Process.
Hashtag
all
process.
them buzzwords. Shout out to Staffy as well, saying big up to everyone who never told their woman she's a 16 out of 10. Shout out, my guy. Big up, bro.
I've told a woman that since. You know what I'm saying? And 100%.
Here's a good line, to be fair. Here's a good line. Just used in the right way.
Yes.
Yeah, shout out to everybody. Hit the like button, subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow to chop up the rest of the transfer news. And yeah, up the Chelsea. Up the Chelsea.